Yo, what up, what up, what up? Bomber clat. Bomb clat. Bomb clat. There we go. What's cracking? Drizzums, what up? Kalia, Philadelphia. Our girl Kalia's from Philadelphia. Unc, she wasn't with me shouting in the gym. What? She wasn't with me shouting in the gym? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but I think you're stroking out. I think that's the signs of a stroke. I don't know what you're talking about, but if there's going to be some more racist shit, you're probably going to get kicked out again. I don't even kick you out. I mean, they beat me to it, but I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. What you mean, Yayan? What are you talking about? She wasn't with me shooting at the gym. She wasn't with me shooting at the gym. Either way. Well, he says shouting. What the fuck are you guys talking about? What up, Raff? What does this mean? Spit at me, poochies. I was doing some dance hall dancing today. You know what I'm saying? I was lighting up the bag and then doing some dance hall. What's up, Yayan? Bro, if Chavez Jr. trains well, this will be a real good. I think Chavez will stop him if he actually trains and tries. It's a rap song, silly. It means she wasn't grinding with me? Why are you even telling me that? Why are you even telling that? What the fuck's going on? What are you guys talking about? Oh, let me get J-Bone Capone in here. He wanted to jump on. J-Bone Capone, Corleone. J-Bone Capone, Corleone. Apparently, the junior's training like an animal. Man, I think he can't lose to Jake Paul. I think his father, I think Mexico would it would be a very, very bad thing. I don't think he can't do it. His legacy prevents him from losing to this mother lover. Damn, Clarissa. Damn, I got Clarissa and Kalia, the ladies of KO community. You know my entrance is always a lyric. No, I don't. I believe it now. Chavez is going to do what the black bum could not do. What bum? What black guy? What are you talking about? And beat this white boy? Who couldn't beat the white boy? I mean, nobody beat him. Except one other white boy in Tommy Fury. I think so. He already lost to Anderson Silva. That's right. That's right. But again, Raf, you know better than anybody. You're triangle theorying it right now. We don't do triangle theories. They don't hold water. Fuck is this guy? That's Joe Cortez's nephew or something wants to talk to me. I don't know. Nate Diaz kicked his ass. Nah, Nate lost. Nate's an awful boxer. No disrespect to you, Nate. You killed me in the fucking octagon or whatever you call it in the cage, but you were an awful boxer. With you think Paulie can't punch? Nate Diaz has zero power. Zero. Pity pat. Now, if he tried to throw hard, maybe he would. To me, I don't even think he's trying. So, you know, it's not really an insult. It's like, yeah, if you tried, you could probably pop, but you don't try. That's what I would do. I would take him in and teach him how to turn those shots over. Fake Paul winning. What up, D-Wayne? D-Wayne's insane in the membrane. Mark KO, you noticed how bad Canelo's physique looked with Skull? What was up? Nah, you look good to me. I don't know what you was talking about. Is anyone going to admit to buying this fight? I buy all the fights. I always purchase boxing matches. Unc, I feel burnt out of boxing, but I'm still training hard every day. Take a break, Mamoon. Golden advice. It'll make your expiration date way, way later. Take a break. It's okay. Take a couple weeks off. You're a kid. I'm not saying a year. I'm not saying 6 months. I'm not even saying more than 2 months. Anywhere from a few weeks to a month off. Take it. Trust me. It'll rejuvenate you. Trust you, me. What up, Marcus? Saw the video, Unc. Which one? That's what I'd be saying. Them MMA dudes don't even know how to. Nah. Well, especially, I mean, Diaz. You know when Floyd does his pity patch shit on the bag in between his hard shots. Every punch Nate Diaz threw was like, it's like meow, 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 snarf, 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 snarf. You know what I'm saying? Like every punch he fucking threw was like. Those are his punches. Anybody who could tell me what that sound effect is from will be great. By the way, guys, we're still auctioning off this bobblehead. I need some more fucking entries, man. Otherwise, I gotta send the shit back. He looked less ripped. I'm not buying it. The fix was in. I remember taking a break in 2012. There you go. The new bag work. Oh, the reggae shit, right? Yeah. Thank you. Nate Diaz. In boxing, he's no good, no. I think they do because their gloves are only 4 ounces. 19 people, only 7 likes. Tell them, Mamoon. Sound like the Family Guy. Nope. Thank you, Drummond. No, Clarissa. You know, you're around my age. You should know this. Drummond, real quick. I know I've asked you, how old are you? And where are you from again? Please remind me, Drummond. Because I know you, I think you said you're like, what, 44? Right? You're in your 40s, I believe. But where are you from and how old are you again? Remind me. What makes you think the fight was real and not scripted? Which one? The Nate Diaz fight? I mean, what would beat you, Marco, in a ring in the street? Oh, yeah, he would beat me in the street. Definitely not the ring. Definitely not the ring. Just sell it on eBay? Nah, I might just give it to fucking CJ because he deserves it, honestly, if you guys do. But that's kind of fucked up. I thought you guys would. And if this happens where I got to give it away, I'm only going to do one more raffle. And if it happens again, I'm just going to stop because I can't be, raffling shit off that nobody fucking wants. Makes me look bad. Nate Diaz had full confidence being under reward a long time spawn burner. Boo. Right. And what part of Jersey are you there? Are you out there where Bob is? Where New Jersey Bob is? Right, you're all the way down, like past fucking what's it called? Past Jersey Shore, past LBI, right? Cape May. That's all the way down, right? That's touching the tip of fucking Florida. Raffle some gloves. What gloves? Just plain gloves? Near Atlantic City, yeah. He's from fake Jersey. Mamoon, Cape May, an hour from me. Okay, so you're closer to New York City, right, Bob? Marco, since I was super kind giving the gift, I won to CJ. Should I be the first in line? Okay. I'm good with that. If you want it, sure. You got it. What's up, Berto? Part of me wants Chavez Jr. to win so I can watch him celebrate. Okay. Another part wants Jake to win so I could watch Jake. Okay. I'm okay with that. Marco, you don't even train. How do you expect the boxers? What you mean I don't train? Do you not follow my social media, Chicago? I just put up a video that I fucking was training today. Or you mean I don't spar? I stopped sparring a long time ago, but it's like riding a bike. Raffle off a signed picture of you. Yeah, okay. So people can throw darts at it. Pacquiao comeback is a scam, money grab? No, he wants to try and win a belt. Alberto low-key, it was only one glove. You do anything for Mother's Day? Yeah, we went out with Ma Dukes. Well, not my Ma Dukes, with my kids' Ma Dukes, which is my wife. We went to the beach here in Connecticut. We didn't like go in bathing suits. We just sat on the sand because it was not hot, but not too hot where you'll burn, but hot enough where you could sat, had lunch, had like a brunch, some bagels, cream cheese, cookies, muffins, that kind of shit. A little mini picnic. Got coffees on the beach, and just chilled. Nothing crazy. That's what she wanted to do. Dude is just a grown ass cry. Tank is the goat ducker. He would avoid Jake Paul. I mean, if Pacquiao wins, we definitely seeing Pacquiao versus Mayweather too. There was in talks of that already. Do you remember? And then Pacquiao said something in Japan, and then Floyd was like, "Oh, he had to pay me for saying that." By the way, did you guys see Floyd's recent video where he's climbing up, stacking his sneakers like Jenga? Such a fuck. I'm telling you, the more I watch his shit, the more obvious it is that he is trying to paint a picture, reinforce a persona of him being so rich. It looks to me, that makes it look even worse. So corny too. He tries to act all candid. Oh, there's a camera here in my closet. Well, let me show you how we do it. It's like, come on, get the fuck out of here. Marco, glucose went up to 120 today. I didn't have bagels, so it did not. I didn't have bagels or muffins. I don't eat sugar like that. I said them. I didn't say me. If Pac can come back, then Marco can come back. I ain't coming back. My club is about to be sold, my brother. God willing. So I get out of this debt. Sunday well spent. You're very lucky. Thank you, Mo. Mo, you have a family? Yo, get some Broner versus Floyd. Fine. Yeah, Ian, I'll get it, but nobody's going to bid on it. It'll just be you. Excited to see May 31st? Yeah. Do you see the card? Is that the card? The one with Barrios and Pac-Man? And yo, because somebody put the link to that card. Wild card. Turkey is outdoing himself. Yo, you know who I talked to today? Tell me something. He's rich, not wealthy. Well, we don't know. Tell me something. Do you guys know anybody? He's a former fighter. This guy. Does anybody know who this guy is? Anybody hear of him? Anybody ever hear of him? He is and that's him right there. Now, he's a former boxer. Anybody ever hear of him? I want this fucking... Oh, whatever. Anyway, he is the head of boxing for the country of Qatar. Very rich, oil wealthy country. Not at the level of Saudi, but up there. What do you know about him? We might work together. He might have me, commentate, do whatever, because he runs all of boxing in Qatar. So, prospect. I don't know if it'll pay. I don't know what extent. I don't even know if he's serious, but he expressed interest. So that's kind of dope. I never heard of him. But, yeah, I know you didn't see it, but you saw the name, right? The dude, you won't know his face. He looks like a dude, Middle Eastern dude from Qatar. But then you look him up. You look up his box track. He was a pro fighter. You've heard of him, Mamoon? Barrio versus Pac and Zufandor. That's dope. Now there's two more fights. Big ones on that, Mo. Marky, he's lying to you. Oh, Jesus. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We shall see what happens. What else we got? When Jake Paul had a couple Qatar cards, I think I saw him in his IG. Jake Paul fought in Qatar? Am I going to move to Qatar? No. I'll fly out there and do work if I have to, but Tia wants nothing to do with it. Because, they don't treat women that great over there. Tia is a strong white woman. That just sounded so racist. You know, people say strong black woman. I was trying to say she's like the version of a strong black woman. She's like that but she's white. But I just made it sound like she's a KKK leader. I'm sorry. That's not what I meant. Fuck. That Barrios card, PBC. What you mean? That shit looks dope to me. Yeah, and he had a couple MVP cards. I didn't know. Yo, RD1 took over. I don't give a fuck. I don't even know what that means, and I don't care. I wouldn't even care if I was on the show still every day. I wouldn't care. Like, I don't really care what happens when I'm not there. Nah, have pride in your Caucasianness. Thank you. What's up? Keep up the great work. Appreciate you, Noel. RD kicked Tone out the paint. Tone told me, I talked to Tone yesterday briefly, or the day before, yesterday. He told me that they squashed the beef. So I don't even know what beef is. I was talking to him. I'm like, yo, people in my chat telling me that you want to come on my show and argue with some dude that has a Super Mario mustache. And then he goes, LOL, nah, we squashed it. He goes, but I want to come on. That's all he told me. So that's the latest from Tone. Harmer Pilates, what up, brother? Chicago's still here. He's behaving himself for the most part. Mark, are you going to work with Turkey, little bro? I'll work with whoever, Mamoon. I'll work with fucking Mamoon Sr. I'll work with your pops if you can get me some work. I don't give a fuck who it is. Seems it's okay to say racist shit. Let's go. Huh? Beef on the YouTube streets. Watch Marco, the black will say you're a racist. The black? YouTubers boxers having beef is comical. Right, but Yayan, they're not boxers. They're content creators. So that's even more comical, I believe. Cliff notes, the host that replaced you is always kissing Ness's ass. He didn't replace me, for starters. But let's keep going. Tone made some jokes about him, and the dude got butthurt about it. Oh, okay. Round one made Tone apologize for all the Latinos. No, we didn't. Get out of here. Tony Tone, never leaving the girls alone. Tony Tone, never leaving the girls alone. Tony Tone. Who knows? Maybe one day I'll pop up on TBV. You never know. You never know. You never know. Because, you know, what happened with us wasn't serious. If it was serious, like, you know what I'm saying? But it was enough to, you know, it was enough for something, but nothing really. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand. What does the black mean? I don't know either, Kalia. I didn't watch the fight, but heard someone got robbed and someone got there. Oh, did they make that a no contest? I feel like they did. Ness was comparing you two the other day. Who? Me and the mustache guy? So, yeah, his intention is for him to be your replacement. I mean, none of us get paid, so how are you replacing people? Like, we go, we don't. You know, there's not even a schedule set. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't make sense. A replacement is when there's a schedule. Forget about even being paid. There's no schedule. Like, I'm not like, okay, I'll see you. Like, we come, we jump in if we can. That's how that show works. The only person who has to be there is him. I'm TMZ now. You might go back on TBV. I'll TMZ now. You'll let them know, I think you meant to say. He made him apologize? No, he didn't. I'll let TMZ know. I know what you're trying to say. I know we know your sarcastic voice. Even if a typo is there, I know what you're trying. I know the point you're trying to get across. Marco, why go where you're not? I think I am wanted. I just don't want to go where I'm not respected. That's what I'm big about. But yeah, if I'm not wanted, of course. But I don't think that's the issue. I think not only does Ness, I think, would want me back. I think all the viewers want me back. But it's about the respect. I don't want to go where I'm not respected. That's more important to me. Marco, I'm back and forth about this Bud and Canelo thing. Either Bud is going to stop him or get stopped. I actually think it's more likely to be a decision both ways. Noel, personally. I think either guy getting stopped is unlikely. Think about it. Neither of them have never even really been hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like that one couple shots that Gamboa hit Bud with is pretty equal to what Miguel Cotto's brother hit Canelo with. They got rocked a little. That's it. Their whole careers, they got rocked once. Like, it's unlikely. Now, you think Canelo's a lot bigger. But now, as I told you guys, when I met him in person, I saw Canelo's not a lot bigger. So their body frames look equalish. Did you really just say that? Why would you say that? See? Now that's disrespectful. So you can get the fuck out of here. Jesus. Jokes are jokes, but good Lord. Some people take it too far. This gets hurt, butt hurt all the time. Yeah, true. They was picking on you because you're white and you're not into... What do you mean I'm not into... I grew up in the... Chicago. All jokes aside, I grew up around more black people than most black people in general. Like, what are you talking about? That was the culture I grew up in. That's stupid. That's erroneous. Oh, look at him. Oh, look at him. Tone, you want to jump in? Boom, it's Johnny. Tone, you want to jump in? Let me know, and I'll shoot you the link. But
what up?
What's up? What's up? Ness
Yo, hold on. My brother Tone in the chat? My brother Two Tone is in the chat. What's going on, Tone?
Word.
What up, Marco? What's up, chat? What's popping? What's popping?
Bud is racist and caters. Oh, wait, I'm not reading this guy's fucking things
what
anymore.
What y'all talking about, man? What's going on? Yayan, Old Brains, Clarissa, what's up?
Floyd was walking Canelo down at times. I could see Bud doing the same and countering Canelo all night. Yeah. John Nizzle.
What y'all talking about, man? What y'all talking about? Y'all talking about TBV drama, man?
They just mentioned that mustache guy, and then Tone jumped in as soon as he heard his name, like fucking Beetlejuice. Two-tone.
Tone is in the chat, bro. Yo, I see somebody saying Tone apologize. Tone ain't need to apologize to nobody, bro.
Tone, if you want to jump in,
apologize to nobody.
If you want to jump in, Tone, text me. Say, I'll jump in and I'll shoot you the link in text. Let me know. Although I don't think you do, right? This is you smoke weed and just watch. You don't engage this time of night, I think.
I don't know.
That's what he usually tells me. He tells me this time of night he likes watching, smoking some weed and just relaxing. But who knows?
Yeah, probably.
Maybe he'll let us know about his apologizing, his alleged apologizing.
He ain't apologized. There's nothing to apologize about.
I don't even know what's going on. All I know is apparently that guy's nobody likes him. I mean, you don't like him, so if you don't like him, I feel like, you know what I'm saying? You don't get, it's not like
I'm loyal, bro. Tone's my guy, bro. So, I got Tone's back on this.
Yeah, but you don't really like that guy annoys you even without Tone in the picture, right? He's just kind of annoying. That's what I've heard from a lot of people.
I mean, Tone's brought up some good points on his show. You know what I'm saying? Like, podcasting is a skill, man.
He's no good. I have no idea. Like, what is he bad at it? I don't even know what he sounds like. I don't know anything about this guy.
Who's in the chat? Don Dada, what's going on?
Super Cat Man, you Don Dada. Tone, stay 10 toes down. Tony Tone, never leaving the girls alone. The
chemistry in TBV is destroyed now. That's fucked up.
See that? I leave and the place.
The chemistry is falling apart, bro.
It turns to shit. You think Bud gaining weight affect his speed? It could, yes. Or I can't say for sure. But, it probably will. Actually, it probably will a little bit. Because most people, actually, do they? Yeah, I think weight affects your speed a little. Has to, you know what I mean? Slows your heart rate down a little, slows everything down because your body's working a little harder. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I was listening to your live last night on the drive home. I was in Kissimmee for the Pro Box card. Shout out to Lubin, man. I'm happy for him, man. And I spent some time with him in his in his training. I saw some sparring. I got a chance to chop it up with him, do an interview, but then we talked off camera, and this was a big win for him, man. You know, he put a lot into this camp, and he was you know, he wanted to make a statement in front of his people. This was the first time he fought in front of his family, you know, in his hometown, and you know, he did what he needed to do, man. So shout out to him, man. But it was a good weekend, man. It was a good weekend. But Marco, I was tired, bro.
Yeah, you were
I
tired?
was tired, man. Yo, I'm too old to be running back and forth at these fight cards. I was at the Friday card in Caribbean. I was at the Saturday card last night in Kissimmee, man. I was just wanted to just relax today, man.
Damn, Tone was backpedaling, Johnny. We seen it. Round one stood on business.
Backpedaling how?
Tone calling
was he
out his wife.
backpedaling?
Tone called out this guy's wife? Okay, well, we'll see.
Tone didn't call out nobody's wife, man. That's all overblown, man. What? Y'all terrible, man. Y'all terrible. He was just mimicking a voice of a female pretending to be the dude's wife. You know how Tone does, man. Tone is must-see TV. He's comedy. He was just mimicking a voice of a female, and this dude took it the wrong way. I mean, it just went haywire, but it just messed up the whole freaking chemistry now, man.
I'm telling you, man.
Chemistry, bro.
You know what messed up the chemistry is when you remove a Bulgarian piece of the puzzle that is essential.
And who's that?
That connects everything like Voltron. Nah, I'm just playing.
You talk about the dude that beat Jermaine Taylor?
Yeah. I'm talking about the dude who says
on the chat, right?
Talking about the dude who says, God did.
My man Marco, bro. Round one was off the rag. Yeah, man. I mean,
I thought you were supposed to say there
was some stupid shit, bro. It was just some stupid shit.
I thought the saying is on the rag. It's on the rag. That's the saying, not off it. Like, yo, my girl's on the rag. Whatever. We get what you mean, but I think the saying is on the rag. Round one, don't play when it comes to family. Okay. Pavlik.
I don't think any of us play when it comes to family, Chicago. Yeah, I don't think any of us play when it comes to family, but there wasn't a direct jab thrown at anybody's family, man. You guys know better than that. Listen to the dialogue, man. It's comedy. It's comedy at the end of the day, and we're grown men. But listen, I'm no one. I'm not. You know, I'm not gonna speak for anybody else, but just way overblown. But what's going on, y'all? What's going on? Yo, I didn't go live today, but I'm going live tomorrow night at 9 p.m. So make sure y'all check me out. I'm gonna open up the phone lines at the Hangout spot. Check me out tomorrow 9 p.m. We're gonna recap the entire weekend. We got hella boxing, bro. And I was boots to ground Friday and Saturday. So I want to give everybody a a little bit of a recap.
What happened? What'd I miss? All right. Pavlik. Yeah, so
Pavlik. My man Pavlik.
I'm cool with with Kelly Pavlik. He's mad cool. He was some fighter, man. I couldn't believe though when Hopkins just sunned him like that. Wait, at that age.
That was shocking. Yeah, for sure.
Right?
Yeah, I didn't see that coming. Absolutely not at that point in his career. You know, Hopkins was already what was Hopkins in his 40s, right?
Yeah, he was. Two-Tone needs to do something right now. He's looking pretty zesty. Well, why don't you tell him that yourself?
Hey.
Yes, sir.
What up, Tony Tone?
What's up,
That's
man?
what I'm talking about, bro. What's going on, my brother?
Chilling, man. Salute my man Johnny Marco in the building.
What up, Tony Tone? How's it going, man? What's I hear there's some dude with a Super Mario mustache that's fucking with you. What's going on over there?
Bro, that's nasty.
I never let me just give you back. I don't watch the show at all. I don't know what he looks like. I don't know what he sounds like. I don't know anything.
Oh, like I don't even like putting certain people in the same like sentence as me because like I feel I've put in a certain level of work. You know what I'm saying? Like you ever have somebody who don't put in that work, and then they magically get in the same sentence as you. So I feel this is that situation. Like Ness is like 15 years in the game, bro. Right. I can't even compare myself to Ness. Marco, you're an actual boxer, bro. You know the game. You've actually been in there taking punches, bro. So, and you didn't hit 1 million+ views multiple times on Instagram. I can't even, I'm trying to get where you at on that level. You know what I'm saying? So, Johnny's boots to the ground, bro. Johnny's back there in the fucking trenches of this shit. Like, boots to the ground ain't easy, guys. Like, it's easy to talk up here, but back there where you got to deal with egos of the fighters, promoters, publicists don't want you to get interviews. Fighters may be irritating. So I respect the game.
Right.
This guy, I don't know this guy. He may be lit. I don't know this guy, but I'm just saying, as far as podcasting, he's trash.
So what? He doesn't know boxing? Like, what's the deal?
No. Very intelligent on boxing wise, but like Hamza's my guy. That's my brother. But Hamza was a terrible podcaster because Hamza, he talked over you.
Yes.
He interrupted you.
Yes.
Podcasting is an art, bro. Conversation is an art, bro. Like when we're having a conversation, everybody needs to be able to have the conversation, in my opinion.
Okay, so he basically talks over people. Is that what we're dealing with?
Yeah, he talks over people. We had Bill Haney on the Boxing Voice. Now, Bill Haney called in just to cook me. That's why he called in, because I was talking spicy. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, here's the moment. The chat want this moment. Here's the moment. Then round one didn't read the room. It was, let me get a question in. I'm like, bro, let me and Bill go at it. Then you can get your shit off, bro.
Yeah. Okay. And did Ness say anything? Or
nah, bro. Ness gives people opportunity, kind of like Joe Rogan. You know what I'm saying? Like Joe Rogan gonna put Andrew Schultz on his show. He gonna put the small content creator on his show. Ness is like that. So Ness is a businessman. He ain't got time for the BS in a lot of situations. So he just let the co-host. But I'm noticing the situation. I'm like, bro, I can't podcast with this dude. I can't get a word in.
So have you not gone back on because he's there, or you just been busy?
No, I mean this weekend I was just chilling. You know, it's Mother's Day weekend. Yams out there. You know what I'm saying? Had to check up on a couple yams out there, respectfully. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yo, to Tone's point, man. Again, I text Next during that because I wasn't on the panel for that Bill Haney interview, and I text Ness and I was like, "Yo, you gotta shut this dude up, man." Like, he's starstruck up there, and everybody wants to see Tone and Bill go at it. And he was cutting them off, trying to get a question in there, and then he was being like, really, really, hold on, I gotta get a question because he's kind of loud too.
That's how he sounds, like that, like Kermit the Frog.
I don't know. I mean, I can't impersonate his voice, but it's different. Let's just say it's different.
Is it? He has like a weird voice.
It's a distinctive voice. It's distinctive.
It's different. And even one time we were in a live fight chat, and he's very, very animated and very, very energetic, and he's loud, and he's talking over Ness, and Ness, like to Tone's point, man, this thing is it's a skill. Ness is the A mic. We're supposed to be the B mics, the backups, man. And this dude's just screaming over Ness. He was giving me a headache. Is what he was doing. And I said it on that thing. I said, dude, like you giving me a damn headache, man. So yeah, man. That's what that whole thing is about. But
why are people saying that, Tone? Why are they saying that you talked about his wife?
Like, I'll get into that. Like, so like when on the Boxing Voice, the star of the show is the callers first and foremost.
Yeah, that's
the star of the show. The CYPs, the Pit Bayless is the Moose is the Spider Ricos, who else is a good caller on there? JT, the Twins, you know what I'm saying? Those are the star of the show. Then you got Ness. Then Ness allows us to come on the panel. When, like on this show, Marco, you're the A mic. This is your platform.
Right.
I can't come in here and I'm about to start dominating the conversation. And no, this is your platform. On the hangout spot, that's Johnny's platform.
Right.
He mic. On the Hatrix Two-Tone Superstar, I'm the A mic. So we do the show. I get on my show. My show's the Hatrix. It's all about jokes and having fun 100% of the time. People know how I get down. I'm going to joke. Everybody done got cooked. Johnny got cooked. Marco done got cooked. Marco cooked me. Johnny cooked me. We just joking.
I heard that you said that I'm going to raffle off Roy Jones's underwear and I'm going to smell it and I'm gonna say, yeah, that's what he wore against Tarver. That's funny. That's funny. No, that's funny.
But it's jokes. So, bro, I've hit you in one of my biggest moments, bro, in Vegas. Did I call you? Like, bro, you lit. Whoop-de-whoop. After Lamar Roach called me, I called you, bro. So you know I fuck with you on a different level. I fuck with Johnny on a different level. But with round one, I made a joke because Ness canceled the show on the Boxing Voice to hang out with round one. And Ness don't be canceling shows. So I made a joke. I said, damn, Ness kicking with round one. That's wild. Then the chat just went, not the chat, but the members just start commenting. And then I explained how Johnny was in Vegas with Ness. I just made up a story in my head, and the chat and the chat loved it. I was like, this probably would happen. And I was like, I made up a voice like it was his wife talking to him, but I wouldn't slander his wife. Why would I slander?
Okay, that's not.
He was
bad.
just mimicking a voice of a female.
Yeah.
That needs to be his wife. It wasn't directed. There was nothing. There was no slander towards his wife per se.
Right.
So I don't know why homeboy took it that way. I heard the whole thing.
Wait, did the mustache guy take it that way?
I think he did take it that way, but it came out that I said exactly what he said. They're talking about the movie Sinners. Ness is cooking the movie Sinners.
He was cooking it.
Yeah, he said he didn't like. No, he just trash. You know, Ness is he being hypercritical of the movie. And round one was like, oh, my wife came in and said, let's go see Sinners. And I said, no, we're not going to see it because it was all this Sinners drama. So he admitted saying that, and I said something similar just like that, bro. Just like that. It wasn't no derogatory. I ain't call her out in her name. He just used that as a point to try to get people on his side to play victim. Like, which is nasty, bro. Tono slander nobody's wife? That's nasty at the highest level, man. That's nasty.
Who is this dude? Is he a fighter, trainer? Who is he?
I think he's a content creator.
Just no boxing background?
Yeah, he's a content creator.
Okay, and he'd never been around before? He just came out of nowhere?
Respectfully, I don't know him. He was in the chat. He hit Ness up. You know, Ness is a good dude. Ness gives everybody opportunities. And it just wasn't the vibes. To me, it wasn't the vibes. Like when you a vibe, Johnny a vibe. 702's gotten way better. Who else?
So when he vibes, he vibes.
There was some opportunity there, but no, he's come along.
I mean, look, I love Troy, right? I love Troy, but like you said, Troy sometimes talks over. But when Troy is like on some calm shit, he is like gold. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Yeah. I like his new videos too. He's putting out videos now on some calm shit, breaking them down. I really like what he's doing.
Yeah, he's fire. And then like my man Chicago on the live, he's saying, "Oh, you backtracking what? Like." Y'all wanted me to put him on my platform and me just started cooking this dude? No, I needed to understand what he was talking about. Once I found out he was emotional and what he was talking about wasn't serious, because Marco, when things get serious, I expect somebody to hit me on my phone. If you feel like a certain way. If it's real, like hit me up. So if you felt a way about what I said about your wife allegedly, why make content about it to monetize off it? So that tells me, oh, you playing the game. You playing the monetized game. If it was serious, you could have hit Ness. Ness would have hit me. Then we could have got on the phone together. But no, you dropped a video calling me out my name to get.
We did?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, nasty.
You know what? How long is the video?
It was out there though, like he attacked Tone, like
How long is the video? I'll put it up right. I don't even know who this guy is.
It's a short. He did
somebody
somebody
put it in the chat and I'll pull it up. So I don't even know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah. So it ain't even that. It ain't even that serious, man. It ain't even like, to me. It ain't that serious. I ain't been on TBV because all him, this and that. Like, I already know my position, bro. I already know I don't need no validation. I'm very confident in my space. We all up here cooking. Johnny didn't have Eddie Hearn videos go viral. Marco, you stay viral. Shaq didn't reach out to you. I'm on ESPN, Stephen A. Smith, Fox Sports.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Did you send out for that? Did you send out like a video submission, or he just grabbed one of your things?
He just grabbed it.
Oh, it wasn't a submission you sent to him specifically?
Yeah, he just grabbed it. Well, I think his nephew that be on the show kind of rocks with the fuck shit. So he might follow me and put Stephen A. Smith up on like, yo, you got to check this dude out or some shit like that.
And did they let you know that you were going to be on it? Or you just saw yourself on it one day?
No, they sent an email. Was like, be looking for it, but I didn't know what episode it was going to be on.
That's
until
dope.
Cliff hit me, was like, yo, you was on Stephen A. Smith show.
That's
Nice.
dope. That's dope. Yeah, Stephen A. Smith likes a lot of my videos. So he didn't hit me up yet though, but he likes a lot of my videos.
Damn.
That's dope. All right. So what you think about this card that happened in my hometown? What was it, last week?
In Hell's Kitchen?
Nah, in Times Square. Well, Times Square and Hell's Kitchen are right next to each
Oh, what, last week? Oh, I thought that was horrible. That was nasty.
Fucking terrible.
You was there.
I was there. It was.
Bro, did they have y'all at the Hunger Games location? Because I know they had like the boxers was in like a luxury box. Then the common, where was the common folk at, bro?
Just outside.
Barricaded, bro. They were barricaded in the corner of 42nd Street in Times Square, bro.
They just had a couple extra jumbotron. So if you've been to Times Square, Tone?
Yeah, I've been there.
Okay, so there are screens everywhere. And you just have these damn tourists like mosquitoes go into a zapper, like follow the light, and there's screens everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like oh, there goes my wallet. Whatever. Let me keep going to the light. So they put up a couple extra jumbotrons that were showing the fight. There was no audio, just the fight. But there was literally 10 other screens around it showing other shit. And that's where it was. And I'll tell you, there was not one more person than usual. That Friday night had the exact amount of people that a normal average Friday night has in Times Square. So it didn't attract anybody more.
Wow. They were saying that they were using the crowd for B-roll. So to TV, it looked like, oh my God, there's 500,000 people in Times Square to watch Ryan Garcia get cooked. Yeah, man.
Yeah, it was Ryan, and Ryan's her boy, right?
Yeah.
Ryan, he barely threw any punches. Do you think that was because he felt that first punch that dropped him and he's like, fuck this? Or do you think that's just the mind frame he was in?
I think when Rolly landed that left hook and sat him down, the soul went out of Ryan Garcia.
You know what though, Tone? I would agree with you, but he's been dropped by Luke Campbell. He's been dropped by Tank, and he still tried harder with them. What about Rolly made him not try at all?
Okay, like Ryan, very self-conscious person. And again, I don't want to say no excuses, but I'm going to say, man, he got his ass kicked. Let's put that out there. He got whooped on. But Ryan's hearing Keyshawn Davis slander him in the crowd. Ryan's hearing Mike Tyson saying, pick up the phone, Ryan. Pick up the phone, Ryan. Shakur slandering him. So normally in an arena, all that up close shit is drowned out by the crowd. So Ryan said it felt like a sparring session. And for two, I didn't see speed from Ryan. Has he lost his speed? Like, I didn't see the fast hands from Ryan.
I don't know what the numbers were, what the punch stats were, but he looked like he threw a fraction of what he normally tries to throw. You know what I mean? It was a lot of high guard and waiting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad. All right, so somebody sent me. Let me.
Listen, I'm a firm believer of momentum, man. It exists in sports, bro. And when you boxing and you can't hear that crowd, I mean, a lot of these fighters, they get energized by the crowd, by the people. Again, no excuses, but I'm just saying something to think about. These guys are human beings, bro. Momentum exists in sports, bro. It's a real thing. That shit was dead, bro. That shit was dead. You could hear the corners yelling instructions. You could hear the punches landing. It was dead, man.
I'll tell you guys, like, I agree with what you're saying to an extent, but like me from being in there, once that bell rings, it kind of all just fades to black, and you're doing what you got to do. I don't know. I don't
punches, huh? Because you taking punches.
Yeah, you've been in there. It's like, you know, it's that whole, you know, you never forget how to learn a bike. Boxing is like, I could not go in the ring for hell. Once it starts, everything comes back to you. You're I don't know. I don't know if I believe that, if that's what the thing was with him, or maybe it was a mix of a few things, you know. He was way more somber for this fight, you know, not all fucking crazy like he was the last fight.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, somebody just sent me this. Let's see what we got going on here.
So I'm starting to ask fighters that question when I interview them live, like how do they feel about crowd noise and momentum? And I asked Joseph Adorno. I haven't dropped the interview yet, but I saw him on Friday, and he said the same thing, bro. He said the same thing, bro. He can't fight under those conditions where it's dead, bro.
I see it. Okay, so I see that, but you know, okay, so this is the guy we're talking about. Should I play this?
Yeah.
Is him? Okay.
Yeah, this for sure. Look at the title. That's crazy.
Tone, the fakes. Damn.
That's wild. That's wild.
Let's see it. I'm gonna play it.
What up, fight fans? And I'm back at it with another edition here at Round One Sports TV. Shit, bro. Yo, listen, man. The hate is real, right? You try to show motherfuckers respect, right? And they take that for a sign of weakness. This motherfucker Two Tones out here on his platform running his fucking fat ass mouth like he about that life. Like his jokes, right, will make him real in some people's eyes, or maybe his size or something, because he's a big dude or some shit like that. He's a fat fucking slob that pays for fucking women because he can't pull nothing, a helpless romantic type dude, right? He's just a hater all around, bro. And like, I'm getting tired of this social media shit where like we letting fucking lame ass dudes in the game because they just loud over a microphone and they ain't gonna fucking bust a fruit in a group fight. Bro, he's like, oh, I'm big, oh, raw. Like, bro, I done knocked out big dudes all day, bro. Yo, this dude's a cornball, man. And you try to be nice with these busters, and this is what you get. This is why it's not good to be nice to fuck boys. You know, and that's, yo, listen, that dude, the fucking two-tone, he's a fucking herb, bro. And on the street, I wouldn't ever fucking hang around with a buster like that, bro. He could go, oh, I want to hang around with you. Who fuck wants to hang around with your fat sloppy ass? Fuck out of here, bro. Yo, that dude is a buster, bro. Lame ass motherfucker, man. Always popping shit. Trying to get motherfucking views and likes off his funny, goofy ass. Fuck that dude, bro. Real talk. Real motherfuckers stand up. Always being nice with these bitches, man.
That was emotional.
Damn. So first off, he gives me Teofimo senior vibes, right? He gives me, and I'm not trying to make like that. He does. He kind of sounds like. So is he a New York dude? New York Rican? That's what I'm getting the vibe I'm getting.
I think they've called him that, actually. They've called him that on the Boxing Voice, Teofimo.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because he has a scratchy voice. He looks, you know, he's older. Is he from New York? I'm getting, but except that he said Buster, which we never use here. But other than that.
No, he called you a Buster, bro.
I know, that's crazy. That's
do we know where he's from?
He's from New York, but I think he lived in Boston.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, because he definitely gave. He's a Boricua, right?
I think he is.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah, nah. He was quintessential New York Rican to me. That's what I got from it. Damn, he went hard at you, Tone. What the fuck? What happened? This over the white thing,
bro.
But you notice how he never mentioned that in that short.
Exactly.
Oh, he's from
He
Boston.
never mentioned that in that short.
Exactly.
Damn.
He didn't mention none of that in that short, and he came up with an excuse because that was emotional.
Damn.
That was emotional. That was nasty at the highest level, man. But that's cool, man. But I'm saying, like, everybody get that tone from Tank to Shakur. And I mean, Shakur cool. Everybody do that. But if I gotta like do a podcast with you, and then you like, oh, I would never hang out with this dude. Then he started hating. He trying to get likes and views because he's funny. Like, I've never hated on his platform. Like, oh, that dude don't know what he's talking about. So that's that inner hate right there. That's that sneaky hate right there.
Damn. So this happened. So you haven't been on the show with him since he put this video out.
Absolutely not.
And you don't want to be.
No. No.
Okay. So
No.
did you go to Ness with some like it's him or me or not?
Nah, I'm not gonna put Ness in that position, man. Like
Okay.
that'd be weird to be like, oh, this and that. Like Ness really ain't got nothing to do with this. To put Ness in that position,
Well, let me
would be
rephrase.
crazy.
Let me rephrase. Did you let Ness know that you're not going on because of him? Not giving him an ultimatum. I meant more like, did you tell him like I can't? I'm not doing that. Or no?
No. I mean, I said on my show, I was like, I can't podcast with that dude.
I think Ness is smart enough to realize what's going on, Marco.
Well, I'm just playing. No, I'm just playing. Okay. Well, shit. I mean, I would imagine Two Tone's way more valuable, but hey, who knows? Who knows what he's thinking? That's crazy.
I mean,
oh shit! What up, Troy?
We got to call a spade, bro. Two Tone is the B mic there, bro. You know, he's the B mic there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. It's just nasty at the highest level, bro.
Yeah, at the highest level.
I need a sound bite for this.
They made it seem
smell like a toilet full of nasty ass shit. Okay.
Is that Fred Sean? Oh, like,
you don't know who this is?
No.
You don't know who this is?
Who is that?
Hold on, here one more time.
It smell like a toilet full of nasty ass shit. Okay.
That sounds so familiar. Whose voice is that?
I don't know if y'all gonna know, bro. I thought Tone might know.
What movie is that from? Is that Queen? Is that from Higher Learning?
No, that's from The Flavor of Love. Remember New York? From
Yes,
The Flavor
New
of
York.
Love?
I knew that voice.
Hey, okay. Damn, she do got some fire clips. That's fire.
Yeah. So, because I thought that this beef or whatever, because people come in my room, they talk. I don't really talk that much about TBV Beef. I'm not on there. But I thought it was more on some like playful. Like I didn't realize he was coming at you like all serious. Like that's
like he tried to violate. I haven't even tried to violate. I mean, I can. Like that's like no problem to me, but I don't feel that he's on my level to even think about doing it.
I was about to say you are too business savvy. You know who to violate and you know when to violate and you know when not to.
Right.
Yeah.
So like look at Chicago on the Live. Chicago on the Live is a fan of round one now purely because there's a conflict between me and round one. Like he was saying, why didn't you have that same energy on your show, bro? I'm not getting my channel demonetized. Do y'all know, Johnny and Marco, you know how hard it was for us to get monetized on YouTube?
Yeah.
It's hard, bro.
Yeah.
You got to get a certain amount of viewers, certain amount of watch hours, all that. Yep.
Yeah, and I'm not going to waste it by this guy. I don't know this guy. But hey, he can take the clout. He can do what he do. The thing is, people are still going to call the boxer voice. The callers are the show.
Right.
That's the show. The callers make, if there's no callers, there's no show, bro. The callers, and Ness knows that. Ness will kick you if you disrespect. I remember I used to watch the show. The callers would call in and people in the chat would slander the caller. Ness would kick them dudes out the chat for slandering callers.
Yeah. No, exactly. People have been saying this comment, I'll see you at work tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
I don't really get
that was funny. He when he left my show, he was like, we're all good. I'll see you at work tomorrow. And I'm like, what?
Oh, he was on your show?
Yeah, I brought him on.
To like beef or just as a guest?
No, just I wanted to hear what he had to say. He was like, bring me on. I'm like, all right, because the chat was like, bring him on. So I respect my chat. Just like you respect your chat, Johnny respects his chat. If the chat want to hear it, I'll put him on there. I was like, let's keep it respectful. And at the end of the conversation, he was like, I'll just see you at work tomorrow. We still good. And I'm like, what?
So wait. So he was he shitting on you during that show?
No, absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not.
He was speaking his piece. He was speaking his piece. He was, he was upset. He was emotional.
What was he upset about exactly? Just the wife thing?
The wife thing. He kept bringing up the wife thing, and this is my issue because I was listening to it. If what Tone said triggered you, or if what Tone said about your wife triggered you, then there should have been some mention in that short. That wasn't mentioned in the short. If you listen to the short, so I don't know where the wife thing came from. I mean, it must have came from something later on. But again, it's mimicking a voice. It's not talking about your wife per se. Then he hinted towards like a domestic violence or something that Tone was saying that.
What?
Oh yeah, he was trying to say that.
And I don't get that.
Alluding to domestic violence, like alluding to him putting hands and feet on his wife. I'm like, what? Are you projecting? Like, I didn't even like what's going on here? Are you projecting?
Wait,
so that was his biggest argument during the call, and Tone made it clear he wasn't doing it, wasn't going to apologize, and it pissed him off to the point where he was like, you know what? I said my piece, whatever. I can, I'll see you at work. I can work with you. Or whatever.
So he wanted you to say, I'm sorry for imitating my wife's voice, basically.
Right. He wanted an apology. And I was like, apologize for what? I didn't do nothing.
Grown men and apologies.
Yeah. Like, I didn't do nothing. And my brother, if it was that serious, you should have hit my line, bro.
Right.
Why are you trying to make money off it? So now, when you trying, I'm like, it's in the game now. So we playing the game. Like
that was the first, like when I got off TBV, that was the first thing I was like, yo, I hit him up. I'm like, nah, I'm not talking about this. Me and him need to talk about this shit separately because, jokes are jokes, but when I feel disrespected, then we got to talk about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't, but so you think he's just more about trying to get views?
I mean, it's like this, bro. Like, the Boxing Voice is a huge platform. It is the best boxing platform to me, in my opinion. It's the best boxing platform to me. And Ness is a polarizing figure, and round one is fanned out over Ness. He's fanned out.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, bro, rightfully so. Like, I thought when I first met Ness, I'm like, damn, this the dude on the Boxing Voice. And when Ness DM'd me, was like, yo, come to Vegas. Ness called me to come to Vegas to get an interview when they was doing that shit at Blue Wire.
Man, I'm friends with Shaq. I don't give a fuck about no Ness, but go ahead.
But no, because I was new to the boxing space as far as like content. Mm-hmm. I'm in hip hop. Like hip hop's nothing. Like I dominate that. But in the boxing space, I was like, dang, this is crazy. So round one is fanned out over Ness. If you watched yesterday on Ness's live stream, Ness says, damn, round one, you do agree with everything I said.
Did he? I was at the fight, so
yes, Ness said that. He was like, damn, you do agree with everything I said. I was like, Lord, child. And on the live was like, yeah, I do. It's your show. So how you mad at me and you admitting all of this stuff?
Damn.
He's fanned out.
Oh, I didn't know that, bro. I did not know that. Obviously, I was live at the fight, so I couldn't really listen. I was every now and then I would pop in the chat, but that was about it.
So does Troy go on anymore? Like who goes on now? I don't
well, Hamza, my man Hamza just call in. Hamza don't go on no more. Hamza's giving fucking incredible breakdown. Like a lot of people be hating on Hamza. I learn a lot from Hamza, so I can understand what I'm seeing because I'll be like, okay, I want to understand what I am seeing, and Hamza makes it simple to understand what you are seeing. So I like Hamza, bro.
No, he's really. I was saying this before because I think he's in here now, Troy. I really like what you're doing. I like when you come with that calm, like cool energy, and you break shit down and you let your personality shine. Nah, Troy, when Troy's on that calm, cool shit, he is very captivating. And I like what you're doing. I like it a lot. And the great thing about what you're doing, Troy, is there's an endless amount of videos you can keep pumping them out like you're at a Sunoco. So keep doing it. It's good shit. For real.
Oh, yeah, man. The chemistry done fucked up, bro.
You think so?
Done fucked up, bro.
You think
Where
so?
The soundbite, Tone? Where the soundbite?
Which one?
Ass.
Oh yeah,
a 2-pack of ass. That shit stinks.
Yeah, Nah, man. But first and foremost, we gotta get Marco back on there. I gotta get you and Ness to be cool again because you are missed, bro. Your breakdowns are missed.
We're not cool. Like we're not.
They
Like
had
there's
a
no
conversation. Tone, they had a conversation. Tell them about the conversation, Marco.
Nah, yeah, we finally talked. I don't really want to get into too much because it was private, but the fact is, I didn't, he doesn't want to give me the respect that I asked for, so that's kind of where it's at, But again, we weren't like fuck you. It wasn't like that, but and he, how he is. He doesn't really. He talks more than he listens, but whatever I could get through. But yeah, at the end of it was I'm not gonna getting the respect that I asked for. So until that happens, I can't, But no beef. You know what I'm saying? No beef.
Right.
Nothing like that. But, who knows? Look, it wasn't that deep where I'm like, fuck him, I'll never go on. It wasn't that deep. It wasn't that big of a deal, really. But enough to where, so. But, I mean.
Yeah, it was the Haney situation. Ness is the Haney. That's his guy. That's his favorite fighter.
Right.
He's
but
Devin since he was 8, man.
That's fine. But to me, it's about respect. Like, not the topic. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We're on a boxing platform where people debate, where people have difference of opinions. You know what I'm saying? So like, to me it was about the respect. But
speaking of TBV and the Haney voice, I got a new soundbite for Ness when he brings up Devin Haney, bro.
What? The swooner? The swoon?
Love, bro.
The swooner?
No, that's fucking what's his name?
George Michael?
George Michael, yeah. I'm never gonna dance tonight. Your feet have got no rhythm.
They dancing slow, bro. They dancing slow jam slow.
The swooner. No, man.
But like I've as of late, I won't front. I've been missing the show a little bit lately. Just a little, like at first I didn't, I'm busy, I didn't give a fuck, but now a little. So
yeah. You got to come back, man. It's I'm still going to be on there. I'm for the greater good of the show because I know the chat rock with me. You know what I'm saying? The TBV chat, they rock with me. They rock with you too, Marco. It's free Marco every day on there. Yeah, they rock with me. So I'm gonna go on there for the chat and Ness. I'm not gonna let Ness down. Ness gave me a position, so I'm not gonna let dude. Whatever me and do, I know how to be cordial, how to be professional, but I just don't rock with homeboy. Like, and I'll tell him that. Like,
I've heard that from. Johnny said he's not crazy. Johnny didn't talk shit about him, but Johnny's like, you could say it. I've heard that from a few people about this guy. People coming in my room and like in my chats and talking about him. So it's never been a positive.
Tone my dude. I'm always gonna have Tone's back. We go way back. When this shit, So
yeah, man. Salute Charles relative.
See you at work, bro. See you at work.
They call him. See, I heard he has a Super Mario mustache, but this video I saw, he had one of those thin joints. There was no Super Mario mustache. Well,
yeah, they were saying he looked like Hitler in my chat. That's wild. That's crazy. Hitler. That's crazy. Salute.
Somebody said something that was crazy. Somebody said he looked like the mask from V from Vendetta.
Oh yeah,
they were going crazy. The chat, Tone's chat was going bananas during that show, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy. But
oh my god,
that's Ness guy. He like it. I love it, man. That's Ness guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, we just here to talk boxing, man. It ain't that deep, bro. Like, but I just don't rock with dude. Like, I don't rock with dude, and it's cool.
Yeah, that's you got a lot of different personalities, but I think it's important. But it's weird if you're saying that he fucks up the interviews too, right? In general, that
Bill Haney interview, he definitely fucked up the vibe for sure. For sure.
I even I text Ness on the side and I was like, bro, you got to calm this dude down, bro. People want to see Tone and Haney, Bill Haney, bro. Like,
what did Ness respond? Man. Did he say anything about that?
Nah, he didn't say nothing.
But he may be new to pop, but again, he may be new to podcasting. Just to shoot him some bail, he may not know. He may just be. I know he got subs on his channel. He may be new to the podcasting game, or he's an A mic. Two A mics can't be on a show together, bro.
Oh,
It's a skill, man. It really is, man. You got to read the room. It's rough. When I first got in the boxing voice, that shit was tough, man, because you kind of got to pick and choose your spots. You don't want to be overbearing or annoying, just because, I want to make a name for myself. Nah, man, you got to know your role. You got to kind of ease into it. And then, eventually, you get it. You're going to get slandered by the chat. That's going to happen. I mean, that's going to happen.
yeah, that's
But eventually they learn to respect you. Like there was a dude on the chat that I was looking at, I think it was yesterday, and he used to always cook me, bro, in the chat. And now, I saw him put a comment yesterday when I was commenting, like, yo, you know what? The hangout spot, he growing on me, man. Unky growing on me. So, yeah.
yeah. Even the compliments are half-ass.
Right. It is what it is. This is an acquired taste. I get it. I know what I signed up for. There's going to be people that fuck with you. There's going to be people that don't fuck with you. That's good. That's cool.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, just respect what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Respect the hustle. Respect that I'm respectful on the panel. So whatever, man. It's just, it is what it is. It's just right now the chemistry is just not good all around. But I guess it'll fix itself.
Look at our man Troy. I don't want to be on there because Ness doesn't actually respect boxing knowledge.
See, I actually love when those two go back and forth.
No, and he has a
classic, bro. Those arguments, those debates that they have is classic. Neither one of them want to let either one of them talk. They want to talk over each other. I think it's great for the show.
I like it.
We don't dwell in games of speculation, right, Troy? Or excuse me, Hamza, right?
We don't argue.
Observable facts. Observable facts.
Yes, my nigga Hamza, it's observable facts for sure.
And I saw, and speaking of observable facts, the fight Saturday, and I think Hamza put out a video on this, that was so clearly a fucking punch that caused that cut. I don't understand what the fucking dilemma was. It was so clearly a fucking punch, yet you had Tim Bradley, you had all these other people confused. I mean, do you guys see it? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, this California commission, New York commission, y'all is musty at the highest level. California, you just cowered like New York did. You knew it was a punch, but now you're going to rule it a no contest. New York, you knew it was a knee, which should have been a knockdown, but it's a no contest.
Well, wait, but see, I got to say right there, Tony, I disagree because the rules actually state that the ref can make the call in case of the knee, right? And there's no rules. There is literally no rules in boxing, official rules. You have the Associated Boxing Commissions. That is a guideline. Guideline meaning not mandatory, a suggested set of rules. But in that, there's nothing about a voluntary knee. There's nothing talking about it. So there isn't. There's nothing. And if you go to the WBA and you click on rules, it has a link to the ABC, Associated Boxing Commission's rules, which are all suggested, right? So what it comes down to is that commission can do what they want. And the referee has all the power. And if the referee calls something, it has to stand. Now, they can review it and go over it, but there's no rule saying that a knee, there's nothing. So I don't think they did anything wrong there. I think it's bullshit. It should be, but boxing has no official rules. That's why I think a league is so necessary. But there is an official rule that if a punch, and by the way, I think that rule is bullshit. Landing a punch, cutting somebody is not a skill. It's not something you can do on purpose. It's 1 billion% happenstance. It happens. So why should somebody get a victory for doing something they're not trying to do? That's just pure luck. I don't like that fucking rule. I think it's bullshit. But it is a rule. If a punch lands and it causes a cut, then the person who lands that punch is the victor. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's certain rules that happen to fall in the rule.
So they're saying that, what's his name? Suarez?
Suarez,
yeah.
Suarez landed a punch which cut Navarrete.
Yes.
They stopped it because of the cut?
Yes. The ref, right. So if a cut causes the fight to be stopped because the blood's getting in the eye and it's impairing the vision and it's endangering, the life of the fighter, the doctor stops it and it's supposed to go to the scorecards if it's not a punch, if it's anything besides a punch, a headbutt.
Oh, okay.
Then it goes to the scorecards.
But if it's a punch, they let the guy who landed the punch automatically get the victory, which
They get the victory because they split you.
Right, but that's bullshit because it's not a skill. It's nothing you can like, oh, I'm gonna cut this guy. Watch this. Slice. Like you're not slapboxing Wolverine. The shit is luck.
Yeah.
So I don't like that rule. But you're right. It is a rule nonetheless, and a rule that you can actually look and see. But again, the Athletic State Commission can do whatever the fuck they want because there's no official rule. All that it says, I want to keep telling people this, all that it says on any Athletic State Commission, you go to New York State Athletic Commission, it says boxing rules. Do you know what it leads you to? That Association of Boxing's suggested guideline. They can do whatever they want legally. Any of them legally.
Wow.
And especially in an instance like this, where there is not one fucking word that talks about a voluntary knee and what to do in that situation. I talked to Arthur Mercanti, right? Whose father, legend. He actually wrecked one of my pro fights. His father did Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier. I go, yo, what do you use? He was on my live, like right after. He pulls out this old book, a little handbook from 1983 that the New York State Athletic Commission gave him. And he goes, well, these are the rules they gave me in 1983.
Damn.
Wow.
And I go, out of curiosity, first off, is there anything about taking a knee? He looked through it. Nope, nothing. Secondly, you go to your State Athletic Commission's website, you ask them, they don't even follow that fucking book. Like, I'm just trying to give you an idea of how unstructured and how scattered.
Boxing is the Wild Wild West, bro. It's the Wild Wild West. Fighters will tell you that shit. Trainers will tell you that shit. Cut man will tell you that shit. I had Stitch come on and tell me the same shit. He was like, boxing is the only sport where you could just be friends with somebody and be their cut man. You don't need no fucking medical degree, like how to stop cuts. Yo, for real, bro. You could be an assistant trainer and just be a cut man and not know what the fuck you doing. That's boxing, bro.
There's no rules. Bro. There's no actual rules, like actual enforced rules. There's none. Because to have an enforced rule, you have to have one place for the rules that everybody follows. And then two, you have to have people who mandatorily penalize or enforce these rules, hold people culpable who, let somebody take a knee and then go, okay, fight. There's no fucking rules. People don't get it. And people don't, and I'm not saying people are dumb, whatever, because it's a very scrambled system and you just got to dig and then you find all this shit out.
Damn. Yeah, man. Wild, Wild West. And yesterday proved that, man. Like Navarrete, like they robbed that dude, man.
I agree.
Now Navarrete said, man, I'm about to fight this dude again.
Oh, so they made it officially a no contest?
Yeah, it's a no contest.
But again, based on the rules even though there's no rules, that is a suggested rule. That's what they do in boxing. I just think it's a bad rule. But technically, like the only thing in boxing that's not subjective, the only rule is a knockout, not a TKO, a knockout. If any part of your body besides your feet is touching the canvas at the count of 10, it's a knockout. That's the only thing you can't argue, right? Everything else, a TKO. Well, should you have stopped that? No, yes, maybe. A low blow. Is that low? Is it belt line? Maybe. Everything is fucking subjective except that. Look, and I mean, am I wrong?
No.
Everything. Man. That's why everybody in there. I had people in my chat yesterday or the night before watching the headbutt, the cut, and they were like, "No, that was a headbutt. I saw his shoulder graze him." And I'm like,
wait. So they ruled that a headbutt?
They did it first. And I had people in my chat agreeing, like, no, Marco, look at it in slow motion. I see it. And I'm like, because boxing is so subjective across the board, I think everybody's trying to be abstract with it. It's crazy. I'm like, what alternate fifth dimensional universe do you see a headbutt? That was a clear, and it was a chopping punch too.
Yeah, and these niggas got replay. You niggas got replay. And y'all still messed it up? Disgusting.
It's insane. It's insane. It's insane. So, you know what I'm saying?
Got replay. See, that's nasty, man. How did you think Murataya looked?
I saw a little bit of it. I didn't catch a lot. He was boring.
Boring.
Yeah, a little bit. What do you think?
Who do you fight the Russian? What's that Russian dude? Abalayev. I thought Murataya looked good. I didn't like that he didn't have energy for Keyshawn Davis, but he's focused on Loma. But I think Loma about the sport, man. Y'all think Loma gone? I think Loma gone, man. Loma,
he done, bro. Loma done. He ain't coming back. We ain't seeing Loma no more. I've been said that shit, bro.
Stick a fork in him.
Yeah, he's done, bro.
Yeah, nah. He's and you know what? He should be. Well, what is he? 30? What is he now? 38, 37 with 5,000 amateur fights. Like he got a lot of mileage on that speedometer. That's a lot. That speedometer's fucking spinning and smoking.
Yeah. So if he retires and he's on a vacate the IBF belt, so that elevates Murataya to full champion.
Mm-hmm.
So Murataya, their top rank, Murataya's with top rank, Keyshawn Davis with top rank. A unification match seems in the plans. What y'all think?
That's the fight I've been told you I wanted to see, Tone. I want to see Murataya and Keyshawn, bro. Hell yeah. I said that shit to Bomac that day, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick,
And
my bad.
Nobody's talking about that fight, bro.
Real quick, my bad. Okay, this one we did. Shout out Mo Brains. Appreciate you. Low, what up, Low? Tone about to raffle that nasty empty cup.
I gotta cop one. Yo, Tone, I'm copying one of them shits, bro.
Yeah,
Shout
man.
outs to Marco, Johnny, and Dos Tonos. I like that. That's your shit in Spanish.
Yeah, those donos.
Oh, you don't know about that? You don't know about that one? That
Nah,
joke?
lastly,
That inside
what up
joke
to
when we all try to translate during the Subio Matias interview and we jacked that shit up.
Boxing
Oh, yeah.
is the
And
loneliest
Tone
sport.
went up and was like, "Oh, my name is Dos Tones."
Nah, I didn't know that.
I said L2 Tone to
Oh,
Sabrina.
so that's what it was. He told Sabrina that shit, Marco.
I'm gonna tell you one thing. I believe, mark my words, everybody in here, I believe there is a 60% chance. No, let me not go that far. There is a significant percentage of a chance that Jermall Charlo will show up during the fight intoxicated. I'm not even trying to be funny.
Ooh, really?
Wow,
I do. I'm not saying stumbling around.
Where
like,
the fuck did that come from?
I think he has a problem, and I'm not even trying to shit on him. I really think he has a problem. I mean, he wasn't drunk in the last face-off in person, but he was drunk when he did that shit with Cornflake.
I think he was definitely on some shit. I said that on my show. I think he was definitely on that shit on the virtual one. But
I
the
really
face-to-face, I think he was all right. He was.
I
fine.
really believe it might happen. Like, to me, I see a man who is done with boxing mentally, but still doing it.
Wow.
I don't think he wants to do it anymore.
Bro, compared to other Jermall Charlo videos, I thought in the Zoom press conference, I thought that was the most sober I've seen Jermall.
You
That was-
serious,
you
bro?
saw that-
You
no, he was
capping,
like-
bro. You serious?
Nah, he was like bipolar. He was all nice and like,
Yo, he went from 0 to 100 real quick, bro.
yeah.
But I've seen both of them drunk before. I've seen them slur their words. And I was like, damn, Jermall, he did go bipolar though. He was like, I'm gonna show you respect. Then he was like, yo, you want to be black? I'm gonna knock you out because you want to be black. I was like, damn. And then the live press conference, him and Caleb like showing love. I'm like, bro, Caleb slapped you, bro. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
I was waiting for son to pop off in that shit. I was in the chat like, yo, smack Caleb, bro.
Smack him.
Yeah. Nah, but I be
I
like,
wanted something to pop off. That shit was fucking nasty, that press conference.
and let's be real. Like, Cornflake, skill wise and accomplishment wise, isn't on Charlo's level. This is, I guess, a tune up technically, right? Just trying to get his feet wet again.
Mm-hmm. Because they making that fight. They making Plant Charlo after this.
And that'd be fun. I believe Plant is too slick, too dedicated, and too focused for Charlo.
I tell you this: if Charlo, if he come back and he's sober and he in shape, that Jermall Charlo jabs mean.
He could fight. But you know,
right.
That's a lot of ifs.
That's a big if, bro. That's a big if, man. You know I'm rocking with my man Cornflake, baby.
You rocking with Cornflake?
We shocking the motherfucking world.
I mean, I think. Oh, here, you know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this for tone.
You smoke crack, don't you? You smoke crack, don't you?
I'm telling, man. I'm telling,
Yo.
bro. He going to 168. Now we already know that's Canelo dream fight. Canelo cannot wait to get that man in the ring. Canelo went to PBC just for Jermall Charlo, so that fight's still on the table. But if Jermall is anything, bro, he about to cook, bro.
I don't know. I really believe he might leave. Like, I think he's unhinged. I do, and I'm not even trying to shit on him. I think it's like mental. Like, you know, he's going through shit. I don't know if that shit is. I don't think it's over. I think he's still going through shit. And the worst thing you can do, and I know this as a boxer, is box when your head is not in it 1,000%. You can fucking die. I'm not saying he will. I'm just saying. But you know, whatever. We'll see. I mean, he's taken an easy-ish, no disrespect to Cornflake, you know, an easy-ish opponent.
Damn,
but
y'all crapping on my guy, bro.
Cornflake,
guy, bro.
What you mean?
He showed me love, Tone.
Marco, add me to Keyshawn Pencil Raffle 2 tones.
Salute Scott Chasers. That's my guy.
He a regular on the Boxing Voice, bro.
Yep.
Cornflake? I never met Cornflake. I gotta meet Cornflake,
bro.
I
cool dude, bro.
He's a promoter too. I didn't realize.
Yeah, he got a promotion company who just signed with the Zone. They just did their first show 2 Sundays ago, I believe.
He's out of
he has
Jersey.
a lot of young guys, a lot of prospects, but yo, he's a cool ass dude, bro.
He's out of dirty Jersey.
He out of Jersey? Polo Buck was good game.
Polo Buck.
Polo. Yeah, man. I mean, we got that fight. This Turkey card is looking crazy. Pacquiao Barrios.
Wait, did you see? What's your thoughts on Devin the Dream Haney ignoring the fan on the street?
I saw that. That was that. You know, but look, I've been around a lot of famous people growing up, and I know that sometimes, you know, we're all human. I'm not saying I'm famous, but they're all human. We're all human. Sometimes you're having a bad day, and maybe you react a little unfavorably. So either Dev's either Dev's kind of a jerk off, which I don't think he is, or maybe you're just having a bad day, bad moment. You know?
Might have called a mid-argument. You know, you argue with your girl walking down the street, she cussed you out. Yeah, it might have been that.
There you go. There you go. Big shout, MPO.
Bro.
If I was a spliff, we'd all be high. if it was a spliff, what's that from? Fuck. What lyric is that?
Yes, bro. What's up with your boy, bro?
Who with Dev? Yeah, bro. You know Ness about to. Well, you know, we just left the gym. You know Bill Haney. Well, you know we the youngest undisputed champion. Whoever tried to interview Dev was broke. We been rich. We been rich. Bill Haney nasty. Salute Bill Haney.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but yeah, I saw that today. You know, it happens. It happens. I'm curious now if Haney's going to actually fight Garcia, or they're just going to go a different route. Because let's be honest, that card knocked the wind out of the sails of that rematch big time. Like, I don't know about you guys, but it made me want to see it way less.
Well, boxing needs to stop that shit of fucking having fights signed up already before guys, you know, fight the fight before that. That's just disgusting. They do that shit all the time. Stop the shit already.
And look,
type of shit that happens. The other dude is getting paid too.
And look, Turkey is earning his stripes, gaining his experience, and no mistake is a bad mistake if you learn from it. Maybe now he's like, all right, I better not do that again. Like, you know, same. And the thing with Canelo, like Canelo and Bud, I thought the same thing. I'm like, why the fuck is Canelo fighting Skull? But then I realized Bud demanded, in a way, because, you know, Bud is, from what I hear, Turkey's favorite fighter. Bud is like, I want to fight for Undisputed. Make that fight for Undisputed. So Turkey's like, so, you know, he had Canelo regain the fourth strat. And then, so that's the only reason that fight happened, because he wanted it to be for Undisputed, which also sells the fight more. You know what I'm saying? It's more of a wow factor when it's for the Undisputed. Make it a 3-division Undisputed if Bud wins.
Yeah, I want to ask y'all, we know the rematch has lost steam between Ryan and Devin, But being that y'all seen both of the fights, do you think Devin even can beat this clean version of Ryan Garcia? Because Rolly made Ryan Garcia gun shy with his power. Dev Dollars don't have that power. What y'all think?
I gotta be honest, man. I was saying this before. I don't know. I've never seen Ryan so gun shy, and I think Tank hits harder than Rolly and sneakier. I don't know if it was the power. I really think he was going through some shit too, personally. That version of Ryan, everybody beats. Like Devin will beat him, even though Devin also hailed an Uber for that whole fight. You know what I'm saying? He had the Uber meter running, but at least he was throwing punches occasionally. Ryan wasn't throwing anything. So that fight, I think Haney beats him, but it's a NyQuil fest.
What do you think, Johnny?
Man. Wow. Man, I had Devin winning that fight before the first fight happened, but I don't know, man. I hate to say this. I just think this is one of those situations where Ryan might have Devin's number, bro. I just think he just has his number, and it doesn't matter. I mean, Devin knows that he can be hurt by Ryan and that left hook, man. You know, he knows that firsthand. We've seen it. Down multiple times. He was hurt multiple times in the fight, man. I don't know, man. I mean, I do give Devin props for finishing that fight on, on his own 2 feet. He had some good moments, but I just think this is one of those where Ryan has his number, man. And I'm not hating on Devin, y'all. It's just me being a buck, bro.
I mean,
you gotta preface that, man.
It a buck, bro.
You must have
you
been
gotta
watching.
preference shit here because forget about it, And all these platforms, bro, you gotta prefer, But
Tone,
off topic, though, one more thing before we get, I just want to tell Tone this. Tone, I saw Mark Foray yesterday, bro. At the fight, and we were like, Mark was like, "Yo, we were talking, whatever," and then at the end, he was like, "Yo, Johnny, you got to work on Tone, bro. you got to convert fucking Tone, bro." And I was like, Mark, I don't know if there's any hope for Tone, bro. We'll try. I just wanted to tell you that.
Salute, Mark, man.
He said, "We got to work on Tone, bro. We got to work on Tone." I said, Mark, I don't know what to tell you, bro.
I think I just got to talk to Edgar. If I talk to Edgar, because
if you talk to Edgar,
right, it'd be different.
He's I'm telling you, he is not that dude. He
Berlanga?
is.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know, man.
I saw him yesterday. We spoke again. This dude, he's not that dude that y'all think or portray in the. He's a cool dude, bro.
But he's portraying that himself now.
I'm just telling you who that dude is outside of the camera. That's all I can say.
I believe it. I mean, I don't know, man. It sucks because I was excited because the Devin Ryan rematch could have been one of the biggest rematches in history. Just more so because obviously all the controversy, but now, and I will say though, it does give a little bit of kick to the argument of the Osterine. And
yeah, but
you know what I'm saying?
One thing you guys are forgetting though. Boxing is a what have you done for me lately sport.
Facts.
How we feel today in May ain't gonna be the same way we feel in August or September or whenever the fuck they fight.
Or fight week.
Exactly. Perfect right there. Or fight week. So I wouldn't put too much stock on how we feel today. As it gets closer, and I'm one of those, I'm guilty of that shit, right? I'll shit on a fight today. And then 2 weeks before the fight, I'm like, damn, yo, this is gonna be a good fucking fight. And I'm like, I shitted on this shit 3 months ago. This is what we do in boxing as fans, bro. So I still think that the rematch happens. I think it has to happen. There's just too many backstories, the storyline, the whole Osterine, the rivalry. It has to happen. And when it does happen, as it gets closer, people will buy into it. Trust me when I tell you that.
You're 100% correct. You're 100% correct. I agree. And I agree with Marco, too. If you're a Devin Haney fan, you have every right to say it could have been Osterine right now. Every right.
To suspect it, for sure. Way more. Yeah, nah. I mean, it definitely doesn't, it does nothing but help that argument.
Yeah, but I wouldn't, if I'm Devin, I'm not hanging my hat on that. You better keep the phone up because that left hook coming. Pause. The left hook coming.
Well, Tone, not if your Rolly Romero's not coming, apparently. Like, he wasn't throwing shit. Wasn't. I know you. I find it hard to digest that concept that it Rolly hit him so hard that because I've seen him.
But Marco, you broke down both of the sparrings.
Right.
Did the sparrings look like the fight?
No.
Oh, wow.
No. Ryan wasn't engaging in that fight at all.
Mm.
And, you could be right. It could have been the power because it happened so early. We'll just never know. But I've never seen Ryan be that unengaged. It was so what was he? Just literally, it was Blair the Flair had it funny. Blair the Flair was like, how do you get outboxed by Rolly? And he started laughing. And it's like, yeah.
Man, I still can't believe that shit happened, bro. Not to mention, I just can't believe that Rolly was that disciplined. That composed. Like, he was composed the whole fight. Like, he had a game plan and he stuck to it. That shit is weird. Like, we talk about Rolly. I don't want to shit on him, but going into this fight, I thought he had no chance. Like, I was picking Ryan by knockout within 6 rounds. Like, this dude fought like a guy that I'd never seen fight like that before. That's all I'm saying.
So I agree. The only thing I saw him be disciplined with was keeping this shit here. That's it.
That's the biggest part.
But in terms of everything else, he was chasing a fucking floating piñata. And that's not because he's Mexican. I know that just sounded racist. Just meaning like chasing something that's not punching back that you could just swing on. The dude wasn't punching him back, Ryan.
He was jabbing. He stuck to the game plan. He jabbed. That stab jab to the belly. And even when he knocked Ryan down with the left hook, he didn't get reckless after that, trying to push for a knockout. He stood disciplined, which to me is crazy. I would have never saw that shit coming. If somebody would have told me this was going to happen before the fight, I would have been like, you on crack.
You mean like he didn't jump on him and try and take him out?
Right. He just stood composed. Like, he fought a very composed fight. And to me, going into that fight, Rolly had never fought a composed fight. Not in that fashion.
You have a point, but there's also something to be said when you're in there sparring or fighting somebody who after a few rounds you see is not throwing punches or is way beneath your experience level. It's easier to do that kind of shit. You know what I mean? I don't know. It was very shocking. Everything. I mean, Teo's the only one to look good, but Barbosa is a very smart technical fighter, but he's not the most exciting fighter. So for Teo, it was harder to look good, but he managed to look good. I mean, Inoue saved that weekend, and those dudes who fought before Inoue on his undercard, whew, dudes were banging like Southside Crips. Those guys, my goodness.
Inoue, Johnny was waving the Inoue flag before I was. Like, Johnny was like, yo, this dude's nice. And I was hating because he didn't fight in America. He has fought in America, but not this version of Inoue. So when he fought that fight, I said, okay, the hype is real. For this man to get dropped, get up, and still go to squabbling, drop dude get up, then he stops him. I'm like, yeah, Inoue, it gave me Pacquiao vibes. Not Pacquiao, but vibes.
Yeah.
Yes. No, absolutely.
We live in a day and age where dudes get sparked out like that in the second round, and that's it. They get gun shy. I mean, Ryan, right? Isn't that what you said? You thought that's what happened to Ryan against Rolly. It's almost like this dude got up and was like, oh, nah, hell no. I got to get this shit back. I got to get this fucking shit back. And he fought that way. He made adjustments. I mean, this dude, Cardenas, man, was throwing some haymakers, bro. And he caught Inoue with some, but he missed a lot of them, bro. There was a lot of punches that he threw that he missed that Inoue was seeing.
That guy could punch. That guy could punch hard, sneaky. It's like a whip. It was
And it didn't stop Inoue from maintaining that whole aggression and getting it. It was he cooked, bro. I'm telling you, bro. He's entertaining, bro. He's that dude, bro. Ness be shitting on Inoue, bro. I'll be arguing with Ness all the time about Inoue, bro.
He ain't the Wizard of Oz, and that's his opinion isn't gold. You know what I'm saying?
He's nice, man. But for when Inoue moves up to 126,
might be different.
Now it's going to be different because they punching up there.
I don't think he's going to move up, Tone.
For sure.
You don't think so?
Nah, he's blown
I
his
think he
load
has to,
at
Marco.
22.
I think he has to.
Nah,
He'll
look,
fight this dude MJ next, but after that, I think he has to, bro.
let me give you a
some
statistic.
bucks in that 126 pool
Look,
that he needs to
he
get it
might
popping with,
need
bro.
to because of the name, but it's also about risk. It's also about doing what your body can do. I mean, Inoue's only been down twice, and both times was since he went to 122. Now, mind you, he started, I believe, 112. He's already gone up 3 or 4 weight classes. He's 34 years old, whatever he is. He's tapped out. He goes up one more, and I think he knows that. It's too much weight. The kid's like 5'4".
I don't know, man. Like, who do you really think up there that could really? I mean, I think Nick Ball. I think he beats Nick Ball. That's my opinion.
I would.
Oh, that's a squabble.
You
I
think
would.
so? I mean, Nick Ball's gonna make it messy. I ain't gonna lie. Nick Ball's gonna make that a fight, and you gotta fight in a way. You can't box in. You gotta fight in a way, bro. Like Cardona. The thing I like about Cardenas was he stood right in the center. Like he was literally like he had told his trainer like this dude don't even hit, which is crazy to me, bro.
I was right about to say, Mo, if I'm Inoue's manager, I tell him stay the fuck away from featherweight. Now you're saying here that he already said he's going to go to fight Ball. I would stay the fuck away from featherweight. It's. I mean, how many weight classes you want somebody to go up? Like not everybody's Pacquiao.
Bro,
That's one in a fucking trillion.
Pacquiao, bro. He's today's modern version of Pacquiao.
Fulton's up there at featherweight. You don't think Inoue could beat Fulton at 126?
Yeah, I think
Inoue did beat Fulton
at 122. You don't think he'll beat him at 126?
Absolutely.
Yeah, but we're talking about a new challenger, not somebody he already fought and beat.
Well, he got the belt.
And
he got a belt up there.
Okay, maybe that, but I don't want him going into any natural 126 or dudes who are 126, but really should be fighting 130 or 135. Because when they're in their early mid 20s, you're going to catch a guy like Oscar De La Hoya fought at lightweight 135 and was decapitating people because that wasn't his natural weight. He was on the come up. If Inoue gets into with somebody who is on the come up, whose natural weight is going to be lightweight, but he's catching them where they're still young enough where they could dehydrate, he might get smashed.
Bro, but look at this. I'm gonna call these names out, right? We already talked about Nick Ball. I think that would be a hell of a fight, right?
Mm-hmm.
You talked about Stephen Fulton. I got him beating Stephen Fulton if they fight again, even at 126.
I agree.
You got Angelo Leo. You don't think he can beat Angelo Leo?
Angelo's my guy. Oh, I think he beats
Keep it a
Angelo.
buck.
Yeah.
I think he could beat Angelo Leo, bro. I just think he has more tools in his tool belt, bro.
I'm with you. I think he beats all
My
these
opinion.
guys. I think he beats all these
The only
guys.
dude I wouldn't have him fuck with, bro, is Rafael Espinoza, bro.
Yeah.
That's the guy who just fought, right?
Unicorn.
Yeah,
He's a unicorn. He's
6'1".
too tall. Yeah. Nah, I wouldn't have him fuck with Rafael Espinoza.
I agree with you, Johnny. I think he beats all those guys. Maybe not, but nobody thought he'd get dropped his last 2 fights either, or whatever. Not last 2, but so he's playing with fire.
The one fight I do want to see him fight one day, and you guys tell me how you feel about it, is Shushu Carrington, bro.
Oh, I'm a Shushu guy. I don't think he beats Shushu.
I'm a Shushu guy too, though. That's the crazy part. But I'm a Inoue dude too.
I gotta see them. I gotta see their frames. I gotta see how much, because Shushu is what I'm talking about. When I just said Shushu is, what is he, 23? He's really probably naturally a lightweight, but he's still able to make that featherweight. He's the exact person I'm talking about because he probably punches like a lightweight, right? But he's gonna go with Inoue, who is naturally probably 118, maybe 122. I think he's 118 naturally. So I don't know.
Man, the chat's cooking. The chat is kind of saying that Inoue goes to sleep against all these dudes. Wow.
Oh, yeah. And Sloop called me pro. Fulton did post that 165-pound scale today, but yeah, Fulton is going up to fight Oshaki Foster, so he won't be down at 126 no more.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. Appreciate you, Josue, for the cash out. You the man.
Bro.
Man, I don't know, but Inoue's his time is limited. I think he's approaching near the end of his career. At least the end of where his career should be, where he doesn't Roy Jones it. And that pains me to say.
Forgot.
But we don't want to see that. We don't want to see that. So I hope I want to see more fighters walk off into the sunset because it's such a great example for these young upcoming fighters.
Right.
I don't know.
To swing back to Ryan and Devin, I had this theory. I want to know what you guys think. I think if they would have switched opponents, we would have different outcomes.
What do you mean?
Opponents.
Like
What do you mean?
Ryan fights Ramirez?
Ramirez. I think Ryan puts Ramirez to sleep. And I think Rolly makes Devin fight.
Well, you've been calling for the Devin Rolly fight forever, bro. And shout out to you because, we used to be like, yo, shut up, Tom, with that shit. But
I'm telling you.
The reality, man, that could probably happen.
I like that.
That's a good question.
I think you're right. I think you're right because Ramirez, like Dev didn't have the power to put Ramirez out, but Ryan does.
Yes.
And Ramirez doesn't have the power to make, let's say Ryan did just shell up from that. Ramirez wouldn't have made him shell,
Exactly.
Yeah. And Rolly wasn't busy enough to be able to beat that version of Devin that was moving and sticking and whatever the hell he was doing.
His feet ain't slow though. Like I think he could have caught up to Devin. You think he would have caught up to him?
So? I don't know, man. That's a good question.
And
I don't know. I think Rolly's flat-footed, bro. Rolly's a flat-footed fighter, man.
He is, and he loops his punches, which makes him, he sees that shit coming. He loops them, so it's easier to detect. Boop, 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 lock in, get the fuck out the way. Yeah, he's too loopy with his shots. He could punch though. Rolly could punch. Say what you want about him, he could punch.
I do think that Ryan would have slept Ramirez though. That I do agree with you. I do agree that would have happened, but I think that Devin would have did what he did to Rolly. I mean, I think he would have did with Rolly what he did to Ramirez, man. Devin's plan was not to go in there. Devin's plan was to go in there and do what he did that night, bro. Just go in there, shake the cobwebs off, get your victory, and move on to the next one, bro.
You know what's funny? This is how much boxing changes, right? Now, after seeing all that shit, you have an argument to say that Teo beats all of them. But before that, who would have said that?
What have you done for me lately, bro? I'm telling you, this is what this sport is, bro.
That's true.
That's true. So Tom, what'd you think of Teo's N-word drop?
Well,
by the way, I played your short on my live, Tone. I should give you a shout out. I
did a short about it?
I played his short. I said, y'all got to check the short that you did about Teo.
Okay. Yeah.
We played that on my live last week.
Two questions. First, do you think he said the actual N-word or do you believe that liquor shit? And two, if he did say the N-word, do you give him a pass? He's promoting, or does that shit like offensive?
Well, he definitely said it. He definitely said it. He said it. And two, like I wasn't offended by it. I'm offended how corny it was. It was
a 2-pack of ass. That shit stinks.
Respect. That was corny. Like I'm not offended.
But Teo is, if you really look at it, Tone, Teo's kind of corny though. Like none of his shit really is really funny.
He did, but John, he doesn't have to do it. Like, bro, you just had an amazing. Out of the Madison Square, out of the Times Square, you had the best performance of the night. Mm-hmm. You cooked. Now you don't have to be. Oh, I'm gonna try to use this card. You corny, bro. That's corny. For TL, he got to catch that L, bro, because you didn't have to do that, bro. You could, bro. Marco, both of y'all from New York. Be a New Yorker, T.O. Get the Yankee hat, get some big diamonds, and just promote your skills. I don't understand the corny racism.
The problem is
there's other ways to do it, right?
He's from Florida, but that's a whole different story. He's not
we don't claim him out here either, bro.
He didn't grow up here. How can you claim he grew up in Florida? I've talked to his father. Yeah, we moved when he was 2 to Florida. I mean, his father told me that with his own mouth. He's from Florida. His father's a New Yorker.
So he's not from Brooklyn?
No, his father.
I think he was born in Brooklyn.
I'm going to tell you the story. And you could go check out my interview with him now if you want to see it. Not you, but people watching. His father moved from Honduras to Brooklyn when he was around 11 or 12 years old. and he grew up in Brooklyn pretty much his whole life. He had Teo in Brooklyn, gave birth to him, and then at around 2 years old, when Teo still couldn't talk, they moved to Florida.
Wow.
And Teo is being brought up in Florida the whole time.
I gotta ask Teo, where did he get his first piece of coochie at? Was it New York? Because wherever you got your first piece of coochie at, that's where you from. He
I
might
don't
have get it in
agree. I
Florida.
don't agree because let's say he was just visiting his auntie and got
Yeah,
some,
right,
but he
right.
still grew up in Florida. Like, nah, he grew up in Florida. I'm not saying he didn't come back here because I don't know. I think they did because they have family, but he grew up. He went to the school system in Florida. He's from Florida.
Wow. Teo's a Florida guy?
Yeah. What's the name of the fucking place? I did a poll. Matter of fact, that's funny. I did a poll on my YouTube maybe a few months ago, and it was like 70% of people thought he's from New York. They didn't even know.
Wait,
I think it's Clearwater, maybe.
He's Florida man.
Yeah.
You know, they be like, Florida man just rustled an alligator and he threw him off the bridge. Florida man burns down the arena. Teo's Florida man.
Broward County.
He's Florida. He's Florida man.
Right here. He's from right here. That's correct. Stay wavy. Broward County he's from. Yep,
That's South Florida. He's from South Florida.
Yep.
I just want to make that clear to y'all. He's not from Central Florida. He's from South Florida.
Right. Where is the Florida man people from? Where are they from? Florida man. Them niggas crazy.
I'm not a Floridian, bro.
You are now. You are now, Johnny.
Nah, no disrespect. Those motherfuckers are different, bro. I'm not a Floridian like by born and raised. They different, bro. Yeah, nah.
That's a fact. Yeah. So
I live in Florida. Let's keep it a buck. I live in Florida.
Yeah. You live. No,
That's crazy.
I live in Connecticut right now, and you tell me I'm from Connecticut, I might swing on you. I am not from fucking Connecticut. But now I get it, man. It's but so he's just, people don't understand. Teo is not
weird.
He hasn't made the amount of money. This is his first turkey card, I believe.
Yeah.
Before that, he was even saying, when I fought Loma, he made like $700K. He's like, I haven't made the money. And in boxing, everybody's a free agent at all times. This isn't you got the 3-year, $3 million guarantee. It's not like that.
Right.
You were only worth as much as your last fight. And to get the fights, you have to be loud. You have to. So, and I don't think he should be doing it that way with the racial shit, but that's what I think he's doing. He's just trying to be like, hello. I want that big payday. And now we just got it. He was on, what was he on? Was it on Akin Barak maybe, talking about the deal that he just signed with Turkey is very lucrative.
A 3-fight deal, yeah. Do you guys think Teo is confused on where to like market his fan base? Like Ryan Garcia. He's not your normal Mexican fighter. He don't speak Spanish, but there's a group of Mexicans that love Ryan Garcia, and Ryan Garcia's crossed over. Tank got the culture. Devin Haney, his fans, Shakur, like, and Mexican fighters, like who's like Canelo. Canelo knows his base. The Mexicans gonna rock with Canelo. Teo, I watched a video today. He said he's not even full Honduran.
He's not?
See what I'm saying?
No, he said he's not even full Honduran. I was like, wait, so he's not Puerto Rican, he's not Mexican, he's Latino. So Mexican does the Mexicans rock with him? Does the Puerto Ricans rock with him? Like, what is it? What y'all think?
That's a good
all over
point.
the place, bro. He's all over the place.
Because his dad.
Go ahead, Marco.
My bad, Johnny. His dad comes off like a Puerto Rican New Yorker, doesn't he? But right?
Sure.
Yeah. But his dad's Honduran. So maybe that's the problem. He can't try and grab the Hondurans because it's not that many Hondurans. Like, it's not like that's a huge support. He can't grab the New Yorkers because he's not from New York, the Floridian. Maybe he's just trying to, I don't know what he's doing. He's trying to race bait. I mean, that's a fact, which isn't good.
And it really isn't that hard in this day and age, bro. Like, if you watching Teo, can I be your advisor, bro? Can I be your advisor? It's not that hard. Like, this dude doesn't have anybody around him that can just reel him in and go, yo, Teo, stop. Do it this way. This way will work. The way he's doing it is not working. He's not getting any big fights with any of the African American fighters, right? Because they don't want to fuck with him no more, right? They don't want to give him a payday. So I guess his mentality is, well, if I insult them enough, they'll want to fight me and they want to beat my ass and I'll get a payday. They don't want to fight you. They are egged out by you. You got to do things differently. And like, again, there's a market. Yo, to your point, Tone, there's a market for Teo. He just doesn't know how to find it, bro. He's all over the place.
Well, you tell me, what's the market for him? What is it?
He could have went, like Tone said, the New York angle, wear a nice Yankee hat, wear a couple gold chains, wear some Timbs, and some jeans, pull up on an event, like, with your New York swag, bro. Trust me, that's enough. That's enough. Is what Edgar does.
Yeah.
And motherfuckers hate on him so much that they want to see him get knocked out. But guess what? At the end of the day, they're going to tune in and watch him.
But you know what the difference is, Johnny? Edgar grew up in New York. So that's why at only 7 or 8 pro fights, he had Fat Joe, Tracy Morgan. These dudes walk into the ring with him. Teo didn't grow up here. So he doesn't have...
He should have marketed himself that way. And not to mention that Teo, from a boxing standpoint, is better. If you really look at Teo, he's a skilled fighter, bro. Look at what he did against Ramirez, bro. If he just marketed himself the same way and worried about not being a showman outside the ring or not being as a showman inside of the ring as he is outside of the ring and just cooks in the ring and just, man, to me, Teo is easy, but he makes it hard on himself, bro. He's all over the fucking place, man.
I've said from day one that Teo on point can beat anybody at 35 and 40. Now, 47,
I agree with that.
47, I think Boots might pound his ass out. No good, like Donkey Kong.
Yeah, and
he's just not a big guy. Yeah, I mean,
he
looks small.
He's heavily accomplished, probably the most accomplished. He was the first one to beat Lomachenko in the bubble. He beat Josh Taylor. He beat Comey. He beat Nakatani. Teo is nice, bro. He doesn't have to use the corny racism.
Right.
And it's corny, bro. And it's like, I'm not even offended. It was just like, where the nigga at? Where the nigga like, bro, what do you do? Bro, you're Teo, bro. Teo might need to market himself as like just a professional guy. Remember Pacquiao used to go to the ring? Pacquiao go to the ring smiling, bro. And it's like, damn, he's about to destroy somebody in that ring. But when he's walking to the ring, it's happy. Hey, guys. Hey, that's what Teo needs to be. Be likable. He's not likable.
Something changed for Teo because I want y'all to look back. I remember this interview that he did. He was maybe like 12 fights in, 12 fights in. They had him on, they were doing a top rank card. They had him on that little stage, him, Mark Krieger, whatever. And he was just a different type of person than it was all like, nah, man, these dudes can't beat me. I'm the best at this thing. Like, it wasn't even a clown. Like, to me, I look at Teo today like a clown. He's on like some clown shit. Right. Back then, 10, 11 fights, he was on that, you know what? I'm a young, brash motherfucker that nobody could beat shit. That shit would have sold. You continue to perform and be that person, people gonna fuck with you or, whatever. But this, he goes above and beyond to be this showman outside of the ring, and it makes him look clownish. That's legendary. My big
yeah, legendary.
Yeah, like a clown. Like, you don't have to be a clown, bro. Just be arrogant. Just be arrogant. Just talk your shit. Be like, yo, none of these dudes can fuck with me. I mean, I don't know, man. I get frustrated with Teo because I like Teo in the ring.
Right.
Like the boxing version of, I don't like Teo outside the ring at all. I don't make excuses for him. I cooked him on my show. I brought up your video and I was like, yo, Tone is right. We got to stop giving this freaking dude the benefit of the doubt, bro. He's racist.
Right.
Yeah. Come on. Tone, do you think he's racist legit, or you think he's just not racist to his core? He's just trying to do corny shit to promote.
No, I think he's racist. I think he grew up in a racist household.
Okay.
I think that's a taught behavior. But I like my racism up front. I like to know that you're racist. Like, I want upfront racism. I like that
closet, like a closet racist.
Put it on the hat. So I'll be like, oh, okay. He don't fuck with. But do I think Teo hates black people? And no, but I think he got a little bit of racism in him. You know what I'm saying? He might call a call center and be like, man, they done got this dude to answer the phone. Man, put an American on the phone. You know what I'm saying? Like Tio, he might be like, who this nigga on the man? Put this other nigga on the phone, man.
This is why I fuck with Tone, because that shit is real. You see what I'm saying? A real take, bro.
Yeah.
That's a real take, man. And yo.
And the weird thing was when he said it, you know, he was doing his little Southern accent, like, where are they at? You know, he was trying to sound like a redneck.
Yeah, and then on your show, he let the correct one fly.
He was fucking machine gunning it. No.
Which one?
No, you can't post that. I would have to post.
No, I'm not doing. Yeah, exactly. No,
what's that talking about? Hold on. What did I miss?
Marco interviewed him
on my show. His father.
I didn't see the whole interview. Yeah,
I was talking to his pops. His pops is like, you know, him and his pops is like, you know, and you know, they tried to get me for saying the N-word or something. And then Tio goes, Dad, and he said the word. N-word, just say it. Then he took out the AK-47. No.
90 times. 9 like this.
Wow.
I think I made a joke, right? I'm like, I don't condone this. I think I made some jokes. I'm like, I'm too white to have that word.
Check that out. I didn't see that shit.
Spraying with my face on the screen. I can't.
Yeah. And now what do y'all think about the WBO Gustavo? They looking into it. What y'all think?
I heard they're going to strip him, right, for being a race, for like what's the word? Penalize him or whatever you want to call it. Disciplinary measure.
I give them a prop. Somebody's taking a stand, because somebody said on my show or whatever, like, what is Top Rank doing about it? I was like, man, Top Rank is lucky they still doing business with Tio. They ain't gonna do shit about it. But yeah, I mean, they taking a stand. That's dope. Let's see where it goes, though.
Yeah, I mean, WBC, they suspended Ryan for that year. And people say, well, how come Ryan get a pass on this and that? For one, Ryan was not a champion. For two, Ryan lost Gatorade. He lost GMC. He had to pay $1 million back to Oscar De La Hoya. He lost his wife. He got suspended from his job for an entire year. Ryan didn't come out the situation clean, bro.
But I guess what they're saying is the suspension wasn't correlation. So he didn't face any consequence for saying the N-word with the hard R. That's what they're saying. Consequences.
The WBC suspended him. They took him out of their system for that.
Oh, they did? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck was going on with him. He was clearly going through some shit, but you know, it still doesn't excuse it. I don't know.
He let the Igga fly. Yeah, it was like 90 Igga stock chasers. It was wild. But Marco, now footage of Bud and Canelo are coming out in New York, and you were there, bro. Why didn't you get those pictures, bro? You was ahead of everything you said on that live months ago came true. Dana White's going to be promoting the fight. It's going to be on Netflix. Everything you said months ago,
I was right there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know, I was there, and it was a you know, Shaq brought me in. It was a download thing, and you know, he was actually going to introduce me to Turkey, but Turkey didn't show up to that one. So Shaq, I'm still talking to him. He's like, yo, I'm going to connect you. It's just hard to get to him, blah blah blah. So you know, I'm trying to get in. Yeah, man. I mean, that's what changed my whole opinion on the fight. I got it 50-50 now. Seeing them both in person like that, meeting them, talking to them, 50-50. It's Bud's just a bigger guy. It looks like.
Yeah, when I saw them face to face in the ring, it changed. Like, he's really not like they're evenly sized, in my opinion.
When you look at the heads,
that should make sense.
When you look at heads, and I know that sounds foul, you know what heads I'm talking about. You know, because heads just are skeletal structure, and Canelo's head and his frame was just slightly smaller than Bud's. Bud was a little bit of a bigger person, on top of being like 2 inches taller, just a bigger person.
But somebody broke that shit down. I think I had a call or whatever that said, oh, well, again, I don't get this deep into that shit. I'm just looking at them both facing off. This dude was like, yo, but this dude's neck was like this, and Bud's neck was like small. And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe y'all saw it. I didn't see I did not see a 2 weight division difference in that face off. Put it that way. I didn't see it.
No. To me, it looked like Bud is like 68 and Canelo's 60. Like, that's what it kind of looks like when you see them. Like, he's one division below him, but close enough where they could squabble.
Yeah. Man, people say, well, Ness said, we can't use the skull fight of any indication. But to me, I saw old Canelo, man. I think Bud gonna do him bad, bro. Canelo's flat-footed, slow. Canelo, arguably every elite, but not. I know y'all say Danny Jacobs is elite. Let's not exclude him. But Bivol, Floyd Mayweather, when you're an elite boxer with footwork, I think Canelo's fooled, bro. He has been fooled.
I agree, but when have you ever seen Bud fight with that kind of footwork? He stands in front. He jumps in the phone booth like Clark Kent. You know what I'm saying? When have you ever seen him move like that? He doesn't. That's my one criticism on Bud, if I have anything, is his defense. Now, sometimes dudes will take shots because it's a means of getting an opening. Like, yeah, I felt what he has, and I'll take one of those so I can give him 2 of these and put him out. So maybe Bud does that, and maybe he feels Canelo shots if they're that strong, and then maybe he switches up. But the Bud that we've seen his whole career, he sits in the pocket like car keys. So what happens with Canelo pounding on him when he's sitting in that pocket?
I was listening to Breadman talk to Mill City, Sloop Mill City, and Breadman said that Bud, the way Bud punches, is kind of like a Street Fighter punch, and he catches you with shots. He's the best at catching you in between your shots. He said that's his superpower.
Absolutely.
He can catch you in between your shots, and he's the best in the business at it. What you think?
I think that's true, but we're dealing with somebody who might have one of the best chins in boxing history in Canelo. We're dealing with somebody who, now this is arguable now, but is a bigger person. So if he's bigger, he'll be able to absorb the shots better. And then what happens when Bud, that's the whole argument. Yeah, Bud does all that, but if you can't hurt the guy who's supposed to be bigger, and if he can hurt you because he's bigger than you, what happens? So to me, when I saw that he's not bigger, it's flipped everything around. I didn't think the welterweight Bud that we saw could stand in the pocket like some lint with the 168-pound Canelo that we've been seeing. I didn't think that. But it's funny. I had a dude call in my show about a week before I went and met them, right, at the Ring Magazine event. And he goes, yo, I know Bud. He's in my phone. What if I told you he's not that small? I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, he walks around at 185. What if I told you that? I'm like, well, then I would maybe change my mind. He goes, all right. The next day, Bud puts that picture out of him on the scale at like 186. And I was like, oh, shit, this guy was telling the truth. Then I meet him, both of them, and I'm like, damn.
Damn.
50-50 to me, because Canelo is Bud is the overall better skilled fighter, right? But styles make fights, and so do dimensions, meaning reach, height. You know, is a dude short and stocky like Mike? Is he tall and slender like Michael Nunn? Like, it all matters. So 50-50, man. Who do you guys have winning that fight?
What you think, Johnny?
Man, bro, y'all said a lot, bro. Y'all was cooking, bro. Y'all was in the kitchen cooking. I'm just listening. What's today's date? May 12th. I'm probably gonna change my prediction about 6 or 7 times before we get close to the date. But today, bro, Tone, you bring up a good point. But Skull, again, you know, Crawford is not gonna, like, Skull was next level moving. Like, he was running the marathon, bro. So, you know, Bud is not gonna fight that type of fight. Bud is just too. Bud is different, you know, and he's also very, very prideful. Yeah, I think Bud is also the type of dude that listens to what people are saying, and people are saying that the only shot he has is to run around and not get hit by Canelo. I think he's gonna fight a totally different fight than what most fans think he's gonna fight. I think he's gonna fight it in the pocket. Now, my thing with that is he can slip, he can punch, but it's all about, to me, it's not skill, because to Marco's point, I think you know, he is probably the more overall skillful person. It's about punch resistance, bro. And I go back to that Belanga punch. The one that Canelo landed, that left hook on Belanga that put him down. If he lands that same shot on Bud, does Bud get up? I don't know. I'm not saying he does or he doesn't. That's my question.
I got an answer for that. That shot,
I don't know.
That shot was a classic example of the ones you don't see are the ones that hurt you. He couldn't couldn't vibrate Berlanga a quarter of an inch the whole fight with anything because Berlanga came in at 200 fucking pounds and Canelo's barely 168. But that shot he didn't see coming and he dropped them. So I thought that punch was more timing and surprise, element of surprise than it was power. That's just my opinion.
It dropped the bigger guy, right? So does Bud take that same punch? Now, people are going to say, well, Bud's not going to get hit with that punch because he's not, Berlanga. But he's also going to be in the pocket, and Canelo likes to hit to the body. He likes to cook to the body. So I don't know, man. I would right now. My prediction is I'll keep it the same. I'm going to favor Canelo in this fight. I'm going to favor Canelo in this fight today.
Oh,
May
that's
12th.
Racist.
Why is that racist? I'm not Mexican.
I guess I was just racist because I just Mexican and Puerto Rican. I was racist.
How the fuck that Mexican? That's nasty, bro.
Okay, so
I don't know, man.
Who got the better corner? Bud got the better corner.
But I don't know, because Bomac be ducking me, bro, for an interview, man. I'm mad at him, bro.
I only got one from
this
him.
week too, bro. I told him, I said, you ducking me, bro. He told me to tell you hi, Two-Tone.
Oh, he did? My guy, Bo Measy. See, Bo Measy, Red.
Tell Tone I said, what's up, bro?
Red, who else? Somebody else in Bud Corner. But, okay, and Canelo done went from John Ryder, Jermall, Hennessy Charlo, Jaime Munguia, Edgar Berlanga, William Skull. Now, does those prepare you to fight Terrence Bud Crawford, or it don't matter?
Well,
Nobody can prepare you to fight him. Who can? What fighter that Canelo fought in his whole career was the most like Bud? Who do you think?
The most like Bud.
Yeah, who would be the closest version of Bud? I wouldn't say Floyd.
Not Mayweather, but not Floyd.
Maybe Danny Jacobs, but maybe not even him. I don't know.
Maybe Danny Jacobs.
Maybe.
I think that's fair. That might be fair. I'm not saying they're both alike, but that might be fair.
But, Danny Jacobs is like 6'1". He's it's a different.
Bud can't hurt Canelo though, man. So again, Canelo's just gonna walk him down. Like Bud cannot hurt Canelo because no one in that division can hurt him. So what makes you think a guy moving up is gonna hurt him?
But I'm saying though, like we've never Madrimov was landing on Bud. He was landing on him. But Bud at the end of the fight, Bud, it seemed like Bud thought he was losing and turned up. He turned up on Madrimov. 11 and 12, he turned up, bro. So, bro, I just picture Canelo face just cooked, bro. I just picture Bud landing flush shots.
So you think he's just gonna just piece him up, right? And just I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. And again, I'm to your point, bro. He did look a step slower, in this fight against Skull. But again, how many fighters? And this, I'll ask Marco this too. How many fighters you think are going to be able to successfully cut off what Skull was doing for 12 rounds? But this dude was excessively moving, bro. It wasn't even.
I was going to say that. First off, real quick, HLD,
How
big
do you
shout.
do that?
Once Canelo hits Bud's ribs, we'll see diarrhea. That's gross. I think that Skull, there's movement. Pernell Whitaker moved. There's
This
running.
was running, bro.
There's running. Charlo ran against Canelo. Skull ran. So people criticizing his ring cutting off skills is bullshit because that was somebody running. That wasn't
you try to cut off somebody that's just running a fucking marathon around the ring the entire fucking fight. How hard is that shit to do?
Right. Hold on, Tone. Didn't I
Troy,
see a video?
chime in. Where's Troy? I want Troy to chime in on that shit.
Tone, didn't you see a video? Didn't I see a video that you said you thought Skull beat Canelo, or were you just trolling? You were trolling.
He was fucking capping, bro. He was on his fucking hatred shit, bro.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I was hating on Canelo. I'm gonna hate on Canelo. He won't fight my guy.
I'm with you. I've already succumbed to that. That's just what that is, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Benavidez would have fucked Canelo up bad, I think.
That's a war. I think Benavidez eventually stops him, but it's a war. That's a war now. Because David ain't side to side.
I'll be honest. Nah, David could move. I'll be honest. I think it will be less of a war than you think. I think David would be. I'm telling you. I think David has tremendous defense. People always shit on his defense. Watch his sparring, people. He has good waist movement when he chooses to. He's another one of those guys who will very often, boom, boom, come on, throw. Because when you throw, I'm going to hit you right in between your shots because I could take your bullshit. That's what he does. But if he has to move, I always tell people say sparring don't mean shit. Sparring shows you the third, the fourth, the fifth dimension of fighters that a lot of times you don't get to see because they don't have to pull it out in certain fights.
Okay, Marco. So when do you know, like, all right, I can take this dude's power? Like instantly when you get hit with some shit?
Yes.
Okay.
Instant. Now, punch resistance does deteriorate slightly with fatigue, but no, instant. And you also know the speed. Like sometimes I was usually the faster guy because I had some speed, but every now and then somebody will, whoa, shit, what the fuck? Like when I sparred Hector Camacho Jr., I was like, what the fuck? What? I was like, get over here, you
shit.
Fast, but he was also like, he was a natural welterweight, but he had gotten fat and he was fighting at my weight at 165. So I just used my strength on him because I was bigger and stronger, where he was as fast as me, and I was faster than most people. But so you could feel it right away. Then you're like, okay, now I got to calibrate my reflexes. So now, this, so you know what's coming and you calibrate it to adjust, to duck, to block, to do whatever you need to do for what's coming. But those first few shots is when all the information is swallowed and digested.
Damn.
Wow.
For me, I mean, and I think most fighters, is that way. So, we're going to see right off jump. Now, some fighters will throw lighter and slower punches to fuck your calibration up. But you're going a whole round. You're like, oh, what the fuck? Tank did that against Frank Martin.
Oh, then he'll put some more oomph on it later in the fight.
Yup, and speed it up. Because Frank started sitting there in the pocket like, this ain't, what's all this Tank talk? It's not that hard. Whop! He was like, yeah.
So with Lamont Roach, was Lamont's success that he was countering Tank's counter?
His success was,
or he had a chin. That's his success.
His success was the chin.
Okay.
And the technical skill
by Tank, bro. He stood in the pocket with him, bro. How many times you seen you guys do that?
Yo,
like I was shocked, bro. Like we shit on Lamont, bro. We pour that shit on TBV, bro.
Lamont was toe-to-toe.
And it was like, wow.
Lamont was going toe-to-toe like they're ballroom dancing. He was good with it.
We all did. None of us wanted to see that fucking fight. None of us.
Me neither. Yeah. Oh, that's right.
We all crapped on it, bro.
I forgot that.
And shout out to Two-Tone because he called your ass out right after the fucking.
He said it with that. He said it with that Baltimore accent. Two-Tone.
Two-Tone. That DC.
Ray Jackson.
Yeah.
He full of shit. That Two-Tone, fuck him too. He don't know boxing.
I'm like,
man.
I don't know what he said. He said something there.
What's your thoughts on Showbiz's proposal for the no running rule?
Somebody just mentioned that today. I don't know. I never heard of it though. Can you just fill me in quickly?
I guess if like you doing excessive running, you're not trying to engage, you'll get a warning. Then the second time you get a hard warning. Then the third time you get a point deduction. I
mean, who the fuck is Showbiz to have a rule passed?
Get them out of box.
I'm not trying to shit them.
Pack them up.
Pack their asses up. You want to run? Go fucking run the marathon. Get them out of boxing.
I'll say right. You know what? I like that, but there's no way on God's green earth that rule would ever.
That's not gonna happen.
Ever be initiated. Never in a million years. Who the fuck's gonna do that?
Yo, Hamza want to cook, bro. He want the leg, bro.
Yeah. I'm about to wrap this up though. Yo, Tommy, you should come on more often. You should come on more often, bro.
This shit was dope, bro.
Yeah,
see, now this shit was productive. You see what I'm saying? It's a skill, y'all. Podcasting is a skill.
Yo, let me tell you guys something too. This was the United Nations of Benetton boxing. We got the Puerto Rican, the Bulgarian, Maryville, USA.
Say in the billing.
That's how we got to do it. That's how we got to do it, man. I appreciate you guys, man. This was dope. Let's
Great chemistry, man. Great chemistry.
absolutely, absolutely. Let's jump on tomorrow.
All right, man. Peace and love, y'all.
You guys are dope.
Appreciate y'all,
Peace.
man.
All right.
Yeah.